Welcome to our little minions for this week's episode of the Vulture Culture Podcast.
Half of the people
The
watching
only
just laughed because
podcast,
they said minions.
the only podcast that's easy to listen to when you're evil. This is the life you live. The devil tips his hat to me. I do it all because I'm evil. And I do it all for free. Your tears are all the pay that I ever need.
So, what's that song from?
That is When You're Evil by Vulture. Perfect start off for this episode.
It was beautiful.
Why? Tell us the topic, Caroline.
Today we are discussing our top 5 favorite villains. And do you want to explain the rules to everyone that we have? I know it should be obvious, but go right ahead. Tell us the rules.
Yes. All right. Here's a song link, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
First rule: they all have to be fictional. And no, just because certain real life villains are in fictional movies, that does not give you the excuse to put them on there, because that'll be cheating.
Yeah, you can't say something like Donald Trump from Home Alone 2.
Or you can't say Adolf Hitler from Indiana Jones.
No. All right. Second, since this is the top 5 and not a top 10, we're only allowed to include one villain per franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, duos and trios are allowed so long as they take up one spot together.
Mm-hmm.
4, and this is definitely one for one of my favorites. Even fan fiction villains are allowed so long as they're not ones you made, because then that would also be cheating.
Alrighty.
And that's all the rules.
I do want to add, I tried making sure that most of mine aren't just from my top 10 favorite games list or top 10 favorite shows list. So you're going to definitely see some, or at least hear some new faces, I guess, because you're not going to really be... I guess you technically will be seeing them, but I tried making sure that most of my list was as original as possible, so... You know,
I was not limited by this.
Nobody is. It's only me. So, just letting you all know.
It was a self-inflicted rule for you.
Yeah, I'm just letting people know that there is kind of a small rule on that. For me, not for anybody else. Also, the order we'll be going in for this episode is it will go Sirsplaysalot because Sirsplaysalot picked the episode, and then Roxy, and then me. If you're wondering why that order specifically, man, mind your own fucking business. Why do you care so much? Anyways, shall we start?
Actually, before we start,
Oh.
I think there's an important section I need to address and add this on here. But normally something I don't give out. I mean, normally you don't give out spoiler warnings because, yeah, when you go to a Danganronpa or Stranger Things episode, you expect spoilers. And even for our top 5 other lists, we keep the spoilers vague. But I think for this list, since it's very important to fully express why the villain, it's one thing to address. I mean, to say, yeah, villain's well written, but it's another to say why they're well written. And to fully do the latter, we will be going into full-on spoilers for every movie, show, game, etc. we're talking about. So if you haven't, if there's something on here you haven't engaged with yet, and you want to keep a surprise, skip to the next section.
Or,
unless you're watching this in a live premiere, then I don't know.
Cover your ears and
But
go,
yeah.
yeah,
Go in the corner la 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 la, I'm not listening until it's over.
I do have one quick thing to mention. Leave your top 10 favorite, or top 5 favorite villains list down below. because hey, I would like to hear them. And I bet these two knuckleheads would also really like to hear them. So let us know who your top 5 favorite villains is. If you share any of the same ones we have, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I just wanted to mention that. I don't normally mention it because I kind of always go, oh, it kind of goes without saying that you can put in your own top 10 favorite games, movies, whatever the fuck. But yeah, I'm just letting y'all know. I would definitely like to read anybody's top 5 favorite villains, games, movies, whatever, down in the comments below. And hey, maybe I'll pin your comment with the official Vulture Culture seal of approval. Dun dun dun. Okay. I just want to mention that.
Okay. You mentioned that, and again, wrap up the spoiler warning section. Spoilers for everything.
Yeah.
On here. Spoilers. Spoilers. You know.
We spoil what happened to Han Solo. Okay. He got tickled. Okay. Just warning.
Okay. We spoil
Dude,
the
that
meaning
scene
of
where
Rosebud.
R2-D2 tickles him is hot as fuck.
It's super hilarious. He goes like a little school.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna. I will also mention one quick thing. I'm gonna at least try to say. I'm gonna try to give for like what series it is before we get into like why I like the character. So that should give you plenty of time to go. Okay, I can't listen to this because I want to enjoy this. I'm doing that just in case. So, sir.
All right. With the spoiler section wrapped, let's just head on to my honorable mention.
Alrighty.
Who I will say, aside from my own list, there are definitely villains I prefer over him, but I just feel bad for how far he's fallen off in recent years. I just wanted to highlight him real quick.
Alrighty.
That being Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I've never played those games.
I know who Shao Kahn
Well, let me introduce you. For he's... Let me get my notes. For he's introduced in the second game, Mortal Kombat 2, where we see him in the tracked mode, where Shang Tsung, the last villain from the last game, is on his knees, begging for his life, which already is a brilliant way to introduce the villain of your sequel. To say that the villain from the predecessor is working for this guy, as shown in this image here. Yeah. Not to mention he's tall and imposing and pretty powerful. And as the later games would show, that despite this, he's never arrogant. He's actually a schemer who plans like thousands of years in the making. Like for his backup plan for when he failed to conquer Earthrealm in Mortal Kombat 2.
Mm-hmm.
Or in Deception, where it's revealed that he was the one who poisoned the original King of Outworld in order to usurp his throne because he wasn't as strong as him.
For some reason, I thought you were gonna say the world was called Mortal Kombat Island.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mortal Kombat Island. It's like a game show location. Okay, sorry.
Fucking Total Drama Island, which I haven't seen.
Okay,
but
anyways,
it's Mortal Kombat.
Pretty good. Go ahead, sir. Sorry.
Yeah. And another excellent example for his strategic mind, even though this is technically a retcon, where it was in the original version of Deadly Alliance where he said that Shang eventually killed him alongside Quan Chi, but next time it was revealed, oh, that was just a duplicate, which he had prepared since he was weakened from his last attempt.
Wait, I'm
taking
sorry,
over the realm.
Chi?
Yeah, Quan Chi. It's cute. It's spelled like this.
Okay, sorry. Because for a second, for some reason my brain auto-corrected to fucking Squanchy.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And yeah.
Oh boy.
This party is squanching, Rick.
off! I'm squanching in here!
Huh.
Oh my god, that's disgusting!
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I was like, Squanchy,
Yeah.
Squanchy. That sounds way too familiar. And I was like,
Anyways.
oh yeah. All right, go
Another
ahead.
part I like about him is his intimidating voice. It's like, and how he like taunts you during battle. It's like, is that your best? It's official. You suck. And to be fair, he is. And to be fair, in the arcade version, he is designed to be a quarter-draining monster. Gave people nightmares. So, yeah, he has every right to taunt your ass in battle.
Dang.
It's for a really entertaining villain too.
Mm-hmm. See why you didn't put him off.
Yeah, reason why I didn't put him on because once NetherRealm Studios took over Mortal Kombat, his character just went downhill from each game. Now he's just a dumbass, the typical dumbass brute you would expect from him. He lets other people come up with his plan, has no backup, likes to blame everyone but himself for his own failures, and is stupid enough to trust people who he shouldn't obviously not trust. I'm gonna go on a full tangent, but what?
I was gonna ask real quick. Didn't Arcane used to make the games, and then NetherRealm took over after they went?
Yeah, Midway, who went bankrupt, were bought by Warner Brothers, and turned to NetherRealm.
I see. What was their first game?
But yeah,
Mortal Kombat wise.
The first Mortal Kombat, of course.
Meaning.
Wait, oh, you mean from NetherRealm? Mortal Kombat 9.
Oh, so that explains why I don't like that game. Okay.
But yeah, Shao Kahn is a terrible character now, but I'll still remember the villain he used to be.
That's normally how it is.
That's my honorable mention.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Well, that's normally how it is for villains who remain the main villain.
Aside Cortex. Side Cortex. He just always sucks.
Except Cortex. He only got better, honestly.
Honestly, like, Cortex, Bowser, to an extent, Eggman, so on and so forth, you know. It felt like they either got better or they stayed relatively the same. Okay, sir, that was actually really, really interesting. I keep thinking you're talking about Gordo, I believe is his name, the guy, Goron or Gordo, it's one of the names, and it's like the guy with 4 arms.
4 arms, Goro?
Goro, that's who I am thinking about. Yeah, I kept thinking you were talking about him, but I was like, oh no, I know who you're talking about now. Okay. Alright, Roxy. What is your honorable mention?
My honorable mention is the fairy godmother from Shrek 2.
Why?
A good choice.
So even though she wasn't in the original movie, she feels like a completely natural addition to the world. Somebody who is implied to have basically blackmailed Fiona's dad into doing all that, you know?
Yeah.
Because she had a deal with him, and he was basically just at her mercy.
Yeah.
So what?
Oh no, continue. Sorry.
So right from the beginning, one of the main characters of the story is just completely at her mercy, and once again, it feels like she was always planned to be a character.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
I would. I mean, who else would suggest the idea of putting Fiona in the castle?
Well, like
somebody who wanted to stage her son saving Fiona.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it also makes sense on a thematrical level because, or theatrical level because what was it like? The first movie had a wannabe king who wanted to get like a Prince Charming ass character. Now you got one of the fairy godmothers as like one of the characters. But instead of giving good advices and wishes, instead they give the bad stuff. So yeah, it's an actual.
Instead, she fucking manipulates the princess.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it makes 100% logical sense why she would be the villain of Shrek 2.
Also, just in addition, she's actually just a really fucking competent villain. Like, so she gets Shrek arrested. After she finds out which potion he stole, she immediately realizes, hey, wait, we can actually just use this to our advantage if we stop Shrek and Fiona from ever meeting each other like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucking awesome. Like, she like, even when it should be a small win for the protagonist, she's still like, nope, it works for me.
Somehow it still works for me.
I love a villain that can adapt to what the protagonists do, and you'll see that later on the list.
Alrighty. Do you have anything else to add about the
Also,
oh, sorry, continue.
Yeah. Also, just I think like the other villains in Shrek, minus Prince Charming in Shrek the Third, but he's still pretty funny in Shrek 2, so whatever. She's funny. They get a lot of good jokes out of her, and as well, like the fucking love potion that she's making, where she's like, "And just a hint of lust," and then she pours like an entire gallon in.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that she says that she uses love potions all the time, that makes her even more evil than we actually see in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that she was going to use it on Fiona, but for all we know, she's done it to like thousands of other people too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I also just think that's funny because she's just like a scummy business person trying to get her way into the throne, like Elon Musk.
Oh.
The difference is that Elon Musk isn't funny.
What? No, he made comedy illegal again, Roxy.
He was Wario on SNL. Oh my god.
Why was he Wario on SNL? That just doesn't make any...
I have no fucking idea.
It makes more sense in hindsight than in the moment.
Imagine being a fucking Tesla employee and seeing that after you get back from work.
Hey boss, can I get a... And then just sees him dressed as Wario and it's like, never mind. Oh god. Alright,
You just get back from work after a tough day at Tesla. You're like, oh man, I can't stand that Elon guy. I'm glad to be rid of him for the rest of the night. Turns on the TV and you fucking see him dressed as Wario.
My life just keeps getting better. Well, Roxy, is that your... is that all you have
also,
to...
I like the fact that Prince Charming, she's like, Prince Charming is necessary for the plan, right? Because he's someone who they can reasonably stage as saving Fiona, and also given that this is medieval times, I don't think Fairy Godmother would be allowed to marry Fiona herself, and also the age gap between them. But I think they work really well off of each other because, and you'll see this as well with another villain later on the list, where it's just a duo. One person actually knows how to do everything, and then the other person's basically just a tool that is necessary, but otherwise offers nothing.
Yeah.
I wonder who they will be.
Alrighty. Okay. Roxy,
like the part where King Harold's like, Fiona doesn't exactly like Prince Charming pretending to be Shrek, and then he's like, it's not my fault, and she's like, yes, you're right, dude, you're a a bad actor. You're not even trying to play the part. Yes, it is your fault, you fucking idiot.
Oh, it's not his fault. No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Shall...
Like, imagine if Thanos just showed up in Avengers Endgame and he was just a guy because the actor didn't bother to play him as a supervillain.
Yep. Okay, I'm trying to make sure because I don't want to talk over Roxy. Roxy, are you? Is that all for your number?
Oh, yeah, I'm done for this
Huh?
section.
What?
Oh yeah. Also, no, I'm not done for the section. Never mind. Scratch that. I'm sorry, but the part where she does the "I need a hero," hold it out for a hero. That's fucking legendary. We all know that, though.
Oh yeah, we all know that.
Yeah, that goes without saying.
And it's a great parallel because, like, she's clearly doing it to try to hype up Prince Charming and make him look like a hero to Fiona. But then, like, while it's playing, we see Shrek, the actual hero, doing hero stuff.
Mm-hmm. You are not wrong. That is a good parallel.
And also, the funny thing is that scene accidentally, it's like, I don't know, that they accidentally made the greatest music video of all time.
It's a pretty good song too. Didn't they play that on a regular show? I felt like they did.
Yes.
I thought so. I don't remember what episode specifically. I just know they played it in an episode.
Excellent.
Was it excellent?
Yeah, it was excellent.
Okay. I couldn't remember if it was excellent or there's like a... No, that's Hit Me With Your Best Shot. The video where they, like, the episode where they do the video. You know what I'm talking about. Like, who could use the computer longest, and they all do, like, a bunch of videos to try to win it. That sounds good, too, by the way. Okay. So, are we all ready to move on to my honorable mention?
Sure.
Alrighty. I had a hard time picking an honorable mention. And since most of my, like, top 5 favorite villains list, I was always, just, who is, like, a villain that, like, I would be remiss not to mention? And, because this list was very hard for me, so, my number 10 spot...
That
honorable mention. Honorable mention goes to Gygus from Earthbound. Specifically Mother 2.
Oh my god, it's the Nostalgia Critics already got fingered thumbnail.
No.
I forgot to mention him, because I thought he was going to be your number 1, and
You thought this was going to be my number 1?
Yeah, since Earthbound's your favorite game.
There's a reason why Gygus is not number 1, and I'll go over the reasons. So, real quick, aside from the fact that, like, Gygus is kind of, like, one of the most memorable parts, in all reality, you don't see him do a whole lot, making his reveal really good. But aside his reveal, he doesn't really do much. Like, he cursed the town to be evil. But other than that, you don't really see him or whatever do much. Mostly you see Pokey doing shit. And that's not to say Gygus isn't crazy to see for the first time. It's definitely a sight to behold. But I don't think Gygus is necessarily the best of the best of the best of the best.
So is Gygus like a situation where even though he's the final boss, his underling is more of the main villain of the story?
To an extent, yeah, because through the entire journey of Earthbound, most of the time what you're doing is you're going on this quest to stop Gygus, but you don't see Gygus. All you really see is, like, what Gygus has done to the town, which for the most part, yes, is bad because everybody's cursed or demon dogs and shit that are going out everywhere, harassing people, hurting people. Um, like an entire town gets infected with zombies, so on and so forth. It is a big deal, but it's not like, how do I say? It's not as like chaotic as say other villains that will be on my list. They don't do a direct impact. They try to stop you from getting to them. And Gygas is conceptually a really good villain, and the entire game is centered around you having to get to Gygas. I just don't think Gygas hits as hard as everybody says he does. So, what do I like about Gygas, since I've already been kind of negative? Well, obviously his reveal is amazing, and he embodies something that everybody sees on a day-to-day life. Wrath, anger, disappointment, so on and so forth. That's how I took Gygas. Gygas was, because throughout the entirety of Earthbound, and especially near the ending, there's an entire section of the game where, like, you're, like, during the boss fight, you don't hurt Gygas, you can't hurt Gygas. Gygas will not take any damage. Rather, you pray. Now, on an emotional level, you would think, oh, how sappy, you're praying? Gosh. But, in the moment, even if you're not a religious person, you would pray for these kids not to get hurt. They are just kids at the end of the day. They're innocent. They're the embodiment of, like, what's the word? I'm trying to think of how I can say this. They're innocent.
Good.
No, they're innocent. They don't do anything. They shouldn't be hurt. And like throughout the entire,
isn't the Gygas fight actually based off of a loss of innocence? Like, isn't it based off of like the creator of the game walking into the wrong movie theater and seeing like a birthing scene or something?
That's just, from what I know, that is just a rumor, and it's unknown if that's actually what happened. Because nobody can find the movie he was talking about, and I don't even know if it was 100% confirmed that he said that. But I do think that the idea of Gygas, okay. I'm just saying, like, that's what many people believe. And I like that for Gygas. Also, his design is terrifying. Even, like, yes, oh, by the way, it's more scary than any of the FNAF games. Sorry, not sorry. He is terrifying. And that's crazy for a Super Nintendo game. Oh, what's up?
Yeah, his design and the effects he does to the screen are, like, genuinely phenomenal looking.
Yeah.
Especially for its time period.
Yeah, because this game...
Combined with that warped and disturbing music, like, even just listening to it on its own, just like, ugh.
Fun fact, the music that plays before you go into the entrance is actually a Beach Boys song. Just extremely... it's the beginning of a Beach Boys song that's extremely slowed down and reverbed.
Did they get sued for that, or
no, because like I think it's literally a free use soundbite, so they are legally allowed to use it. It's like it's kind of like a part of the soundboard pack that you can get for free if you just pay it. I can't remember specifically what it's called, but they had the license to use it, which either way I thought was a really awesome idea, especially because like most of the sound effects can also be kind of found in, I believe, Undertale has some of it. Like, the music that plays when you go into the lab has that, like, kind of like the sounding stuff, which that's what Earthbound has for the music that plays when you enter Gygas' boss fight. Which, by the way, the boss fight itself is really emotional, with the whole idea of you're praying for these kids to survive what's basically just a fucking hell fight for their lives. These aren't like, and you know, if you think about it really, it's extremely disturbing. These kids are giving up their lives to go and fight an embodiment of evil, and it's only a Deus Ex Machina that they're able to live. Like, that's awesome, and they do a great job putting it. Again, the reason why Gygas isn't my, like, on my top 10 favorite boss list is mostly because Gygas himself doesn't do a whole lot outside of the final boss. And I think For it to be on my best list, they have to do more than just progress the plot. There has to be more to it. So I am very critical and very harsh, even on what many people consider the best video game boss fight ever created. So yeah, that is my honorable mention. I just thought it'd be sacrilege not to mention one of my favorite video games of all time's villains being on my list. So there you go, Earthbound fans. I still love this game millions of pieces, and that probably won't change forever. Anyways, okay, there you all go.
Now we get to the number 5.
Yep. Alrighty, sir,
Yep.
go ahead.
Here we go.
Alrighty.
It's actually kind of off and off again, on and off again over this. I mean, I decided to put her on since I can have at least one comedic villain on my list. That said comedic villain being Gruntilda from Banjo-Kazooie.
Nice.
Yep.
I love Gruntilda. Why?
And even though she may have a look of a stereotypical witch character, underneath it's anything but, personality-wise. Anyway. But yeah, because personality-wise, she, as I alluded to, she's definitely one of the funniest villains, with her really cool rhyming scheme, and the fact that she sets up like a quiz show before the final boss. That's so... I forgot outside. That's so funny.
It is.
And she has, especially since it's rigged, since it has information about her personal life that you normally wouldn't know unless you visit her sister Brentilda. Even the questions are randomly an assortment of 3 and billions of combinations for each playthrough. Yeah.
I loved fighting Gruntilda.
Yeah. She's generally one of my 5 favorite boss fights ever. It's the final boss of Banjo-Kazooie. Puts all of your skill to the test. And especially at the end where you have to shoot the eggs into the statue to summon the Ginginator. You just barely managed to do it at the skin of your teeth. Because it comes that close to losing. I haven't played the sequels yet, but from what I've seen, her plans, she becomes a lot more menacing with dropping the rhyme scheme and her plan to make herself, well, she's a skeleton in Banjo-Tooie and plans draining all of the life force of the island to make herself her beautiful appearance again.
Yep.
Probably messed that up.
So I searched Gruntilda nuts and bolts into Google. So she's in that game, apparently.
Yep.
Yes.
She is indubitably in that game.
What does she do in nuts and bolts?
She just builds contraptions, not very creative contraptions, to try and stop you from winning. Because whoever wins, I forgot the plot, but whoever wins like the competition gets ownership of Spyro Mountain. Whoever loses gets stuck in the game making factory forever.
And let me guess, Gruntilda, when she loses, she gets sent. She becomes an Activision employee. Holy shit, that's nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Yeah.
You will work on the next Call of Duty and you will like it.
Yeah. Yep. And I also wrote down super petty and envious. I think she's pretty much the embodiment of envy, as I can tell, since her first plan involves stealing the beauty of Tootie, because she believes that only she can be the fairest of them all. First next game involves her draining life force to make her back to normal, which also see as a metaphor for making everything just as ugly as she actually is. And if she can't be beautiful, no one else can.
Isn't that the plot of I hate to say it, but I think I saw a friend watching this like 10 years ago when I was at their house. Isn't that the plot of a Teen Titans Go episode?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
There's like I think it was like some centipede themed villain or something who just made the entire world ugly. So he wouldn't stand out.
I like how I said I don't remember. I don't even watch it, so maybe.
Yeah, and
I don't watch Teen Titans Go either. I just think I've seen an episode of it where that happens. And I didn't willingly watch it. I just happened to be there while it was on.
yeah,
They forced me. They tied me to a chair and kicked me down the stairs until I watched it.
and
No
Actually,
longer a
brings
sidekick. No, that's not
brings me
me.
to. I know she's the embodiment of enviness, as I said, but she's also the embodiment of ugly, both in her looks and personality-wise. As with each game, she drives all of her henchmen away until she's just a charred head and nuts and bolts. We even then she gets like a cat sidekick that doesn't really do anything.
I think it's so funny. She becomes
So
an Activision employee. Sorry.
You're not a villain until you have a cat for some reason.
That must
Yeah.
mean I'm a fucking evil person. I got a cat.
I'm allergic to cats. That means that I'm the best person ever.
You made me watch Sharknado. You are not the best person ever.
What
Yeah.
do you? It was. I gave you the push you needed
All right, hang on,
to
hang on.
watch
Let me see. That's all I know.
cinema.
The funny films.
Hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Gruntilda, a villain that will give you a wicked good time.
Alrighty.
My number 5.
Pretty good number 5, all things considered. Well, I hate to ask Roxy, but Roxy, what is your number 5?
My number 5 is Syndrome from The Incredibles.
Good choice. But why?
Okay, so first off, I think it's really funny that the villain of my favorite movie is a toxic fanboy. Just like a guy.
Oh yeah.
He's
toxic
like the
fanboy.
guy in
What am I,
Iron
like-
Man 3.
Like Snyder
he's like,
fan?
He's like, no, it's funny because he doesn't understand what being a superhero is. He just thinks it's fun and theatrics. And then he creates a robot that can only be stopped by actual superheroes because he didn't realize that it was just going to take him out and he wouldn't know how to fight it.
Yep. And then he
Like,
gets mad.
he's not even the final boss of the story. He's the context of the final boss, and then he shows up in the credits and dies. Basically, he'd be like that type of character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you know he still dies.
Bro is literally Captain Man. That's what he is. He's such a joke villain or hero. Or trying to be hero, except Captain.
Once again, you'll find it. Every villain on my list is a comedic villain. Fairy Godmother, like her and her son, and also I guess the fact that Fairy Godmother is on a diet and breaks it because of the stress of the situation is kind of funny.
Yeah.
You know?
They're funny while still threatening villains. I see.
Yeah. Well, most of them. And then, but like Syndrome he's like Elon Musk again. He's a rich guy who's good with technology, but also a massive fucking idiot.
Oh no, he's actually really smart.
You know,
He's really smart, guys. I promise.
he's so smart he put a cape on when next to a jet turbine.
Well, Edna what?
No capes.
Edna did warn all superheroes: do not wear capes. It's so fucked up that one girl who was like 16 had a cape, and she was a superhero. She fucking died because her dumbass got caught in a fucking.
Yeah, why do you think Edna Mode remembers the exact dates? She's traumatized because it's her fault.
Yeah, she realized like maybe.
Also,
Oh, sorry.
Also, the whole no capes thing is just perfect Chekhov's gun.
Mm-hmm.
Because you think it's just a funny meta joke about how dumb superhero outfits are.
Yeah.
at first.
And
Actually fits because Syndrome doesn't know anything about being a superhero, so of course he would do that.
you know, maybe Michael Keaton Batman would have learned that having a cape is not the best idea when he went to go fight that fucking one Kryptonian that fucking threw him on the ground.
It's the equivalent of like Syndrome is like Syndrome would be like a 4-year-old kid who runs into a burning building because he watched a movie about firefighters. Like he's that type of person.
Oh, you mean like Tadashi?
I don't know who that is. Anyway,
from Big Hero 6.
That was his mistake.
That was his stake. Okay. Continue, sorry.
But also just throughout he's still a threat throughout the movie. Like he runs the island and the operations and stuff. And even though a lot of the stuff that happens is his henchman security system, he still has the abilities to take out the Incredibles because he does multiple times with his 0-point energy, which is just such a busted ability that, yeah, it has to be used by a fucking idiot because otherwise how would you beat this guy? But also the fact that he's an idiot makes sense. It's not like the movie made him dumb for the sake of having the Incredibles beat him.
Yeah. Because, like, they also beat the Omnidroid, his creation.
Yeah. I like that he doesn't even remember that Bon Voyage was there when Mr. Incredible told him to go away.
I do think that is funny.
Bon Voyage! Monsieur Incroyable!
I like how Bon Voyage is just like, what the fuck is happening? I'm just trying to rob a bank.
I know. Even Bon Voyage just sort of stops for a moment, and he's like, "Dude, what the fuck is going on?" It's only when Buddy leaves that he realizes he has the opportunity to get away.
It's like, well,
it's
like, is he with you?
And it also just makes sense because Buddy is just like a stupid fucking kid who never grew out of that because of how pissed off he was that his celebrity idol didn't like him for being a fucking stalker. I've dealt with somebody like this. You were there when it happened because it was in my Discord server.
Yeah. Is there anything else that we should bring up about? I love the Incredible. Oh, also,
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned the whole like computer scene with the Terminator.
Yeah, so he's killed off. Like he's basically committed superhero genocide for the sake of testing his robot. Which, okay, it accomplishes 2 goals. 1, it makes it so that nobody else is there to stop the Omnidroid. 2, it makes it so that he can test the Omnidroid's strengths against people he considers to be measurable power-wise.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that some of the superheroes he killed were at Bob and Helen's wedding makes it even more haunting.
Yeah, because, like... Okay, to be fair, Gazer Beam is just Cyclops, but even then, like, Cyclops can fucking murk people. Because obviously that's what Gazer Beam was inspired by. But I think that makes it even scarier because it's kind of like, so this universe's version of... Like, I know it's not actually Cyclops, but I'm just saying as, like, an example. It's like, so this universe's version of Cyclops fucking died to an Omnidroid. Like, so these things are actually fucking legit, not just show-off material, which I think is really cool. Just wanted to bring
I think what even makes it even more haunting is, I think there's one line I caught earlier, one of my rewatches, where they're talking in the cars like, I don't see anyone from the old days, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I wonder what happened to him.
Well, even then, it makes sense that they would have like not really communicated with each other as much now that they don't have to work together all the time.
Yeah, and it makes sense from that.
So
you
it gives the perfect cover, but also Bob is smart enough to notice that one of his superhero former friends was missing.
And it turns out that they were just killed. Makes it even more fucked up because they were literally just bringing them up. I'm like, oh, it's weird that we never see
Like,
them.
it's funny. It's kind of like Fairy Godmother as well with the love potion thing. Syndrome is one of those villains where, yes, they're a joke and a competent threat at the same time, but they've committed fucking atrocities.
Like, they ruin people. Like, okay,
You know?
and like what makes it probably even worse is like, you know how like Bob and Helen, they settled down and had a kid, like had kids and stuff. It's like,
Yeah, we don't
dude,
know
these
that the other
people probably
superheroes didn't do that too.
yeah, it's like these people probably also had families and now they're fucking gone. Like, what do you even do in that situation? It's fucking horrible. But like, that's what makes Syndrome so cool, because he's like, oh, so this guy's like real fucking, this guy's like a real deal. Like, God.
He's also just oh yeah, and also like Elon Musk, he's creepy towards his female employees.
Yeah.
With Mirage.
Yeah.
Poor Mirage.
Like
Even
it's
Careless,
like
with
the
how
part
he,
where
like-
she tells him off,
Yeah.
like in his expression afterwards, honestly, that looks like the first time in his entire life he was told to stop by anybody other than Mr. Incredible.
Oh yeah, it's disgusting. Oh, also, who can forget?
Also, he's played by the guy who played Dave and Alvin and the Chipmunks. So you're
yeah,
welcome for me pointing
I
that
know who you're
out.
talking about. No, I already knew that. Also, don't
Yeah, same
forget
here.
don't forget his very incredible line. Oh, they're just too good. I love that line. That line's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, he just suddenly turned southern for a second.
Ah,
for
they
no
do
reason.
good.
And the line before that. And
Well, now
got
I need to go out of my way to
busy.
talk with an accent
It's a
that I
whole
deem as
family of
not
supers.
being that. For the rest of the video, I need to talk like this because it's like the opposite of what Syndrome did there. Nah, I'm not actually gonna do that. That'd be really annoying. In fact, that's part of the reason why I stopped trying to do that, because it fucking strains my throat.
Alrighty, so Syndrome is your number 5. Oh, back to me.
Also, just the giant tacky S on his suit is fucking hilarious.
Bro really thinks he's Superman.
Yeah, and also also the part where he shows up in the Jack attack short in Fool's Carry, which makes sense, by the way, because Carrie hasn't slept in days at that point. So it's not even because she's bad or anything. That just makes fucking sense that she would be in a state where she would one, believe him, and two, be desperate to get out of there without feeling bad for abandoning a baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the part where the fucking BS joke is incredible. How did they get away with that?
Incredible. Say that again?
Say that again? It's incredible.
So there are 3 of us, and we're incredible. So I think we should have a name. So there are 3 of us, and we run a podcast where we talk about culture, and one of us is a vulture. So I think we should have a name.
How about Johnny and the Fire Twins, or whatever the fuck he said in that stupid fucking movie? Oh my god. Anyways,
towards that. Or how about two guys?
Was it like
one
just
girl
something in her brain cells or something?
I think another one was 2 guys, 1 girl, and thing that no one wanted.
it was so fucked up. I mean, then again, I didn't want that thing either, so.
Especially since he has no thing.
There is no thing! What was the line from Breaking Bad? What do you mean, your half? There is no your half. There's only just my all of it. Anyways, alright, my number 5. So, this one's a little awkward because, many people will probably think this guy's way higher on my list. But he's only number 5 for a few reasons.
Dr. Doom?
Nope. It is actually Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. Now, dear viewer, you might be wondering, why did I pick Sephiroth all the way down here and not, higher up? Well, sit down and let me explain it to you. So, Sephiroth has always been one of my favorite villains for a magnitude of reasons. Basically, he is the reason why Cloud lost his family. He's also the Okay, I'm gonna have to go into a deep lore dump. In Final Fantasy, in Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, we see him as just a normal soldier, just like everybody else. But then something snapped in him during the events of the game, and he joins someone named Genesis, who literally thinks that the world is imperfect and needs to be completely reborn into a new light. Turns out that they were all made as part of some fucking weirdo scientist program where basically Hojo's. I don't know if it was specifically Hojo. It's been a while since I played a game, but Hojo's experiment was basically just, oh yeah, why don't we just try making the perfect people who could be basically gods, using Sephiroth's mother Genova, or Geneva. Sorry, no, it's Genova. I keep getting it mixed up. I don't know why. And basically, throughout the entirety of Final Fantasy VII, we see, or throughout Crisis Core, we basically have to fight. You play as Zack, who's a very important character. I'm not going to go into his story, but at the end of the game, Sephiroth leaves, and then Final Fantasy VII takes place. And basically, this motherfucker is shown that he means business. He basically killed an entire village worth of people. Not only that, when that was happening, it was during a moment when he was trying to find out who he truly was. And it turns out that he is the biological son of Genova. And then throughout the entire game, it's basically just, you're trying to make sure that you defeat him. There's other villains too that I could have mentioned, but there's a reason why I didn't. So I'll go over real quick rapid fire. There's Hojo, who basically believes in crossbreeding a dog and a woman, which is Aerith and Red 13.
What?
Yeah, no joke.
Sorry, I zoned out for a second and then I heard that.
Yeah, Red 13 and Aerith. Aerith is a human, Red 13 is a dog-like creature. And to make the perfect specimen, as he says, he brings up the idea of crossbreeding, which is completely fucking disgusting. It makes me want to kill Hojo even more. So throughout most of the game, if not all of the game, when you're trying to hunt down Sephiroth, the game makes it to where it is... How do I say this? It's trying to point to you that not everything is as it seems. Then there's a huge reveal twist. And then, one of the party members that you had for the longest time, Aerith, a character that you grew to love throughout the entire game, Sephiroth comes swinging down and kills her right in front of Cloud, completely removing her from the rest of the game and the rest of the story. There's no way to bring her back. She's dead. And also, it makes it even more fucked up whenever you play Final Fantasy Crisis Core Final Fantasy, because it turns out that she was the girlfriend, or the soon-to-be girlfriend, of the main character until his unfortunate passing. Now, I haven't beaten Final Fantasy Rebirth. I still haven't. I know it's almost been a year since I started it. But it's a long game, so please don't judge me on that. And it's also really, really annoying during the one specific section. Anyways, this ain't a dishonorable rant. But what makes Sephiroth so cool throughout the majority of the game is the fact that he just has that evil factor in him. He's not someone who can be redeemed, but you got to see at one point what he was like before he turned evil, before he went down this evil way. Also,
like, I guess Lotso's thing.
But what makes it even worse is, like, with Lotso, you could definitely see where the jealousy came from. And with Sephiroth, you see him click. Like, oh, that's what I need to do? Easy. Done. I can do that. Not even, like, not a big deal. I will murder every single one of these people just for my mom. And that's what makes it even more scary. And, okay, so, to also go on a bit of a tangent on power scaling, Jesus fucking Christ. This motherfucker literally causes a supernova as part of his attacks. Literally destroys the entire damn sun to try to kill you. Not even kidding. And guess what?
Does it work?
It does a lot of damage. It's more cinematic than it is actual plot.
It's a cinematic super that's set in its own pocket dimension, from what I know.
Oh, also, he sends an asteroid down to Earth, and that's why there's an asteroid in Final Fantasy VII's logo. Overall, Sephiroth is fucking amazing. He's also really fun to play in Smash, and he also has probably, hands down, one of the best sounding video game boss fights that has been redone multiple times, including the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which literally just sounds like a final act villain or a final act boss fight from a like a big movie like Avengers Endgame. Just saying. Yeah, that is my number 5. I think I didn't really need to go into all that detail, but I wanted to kind of give context onto why I picked him, because neither of you.
No, it was perfectly fine. I encourage you to go that much detail because we're not limiting ourselves to be spoiler free. No full on spoilers.
Oh, also one other thing, Sephiroth's design is really good too. Him having a one wing. Oh, one last thing real quick. Final Fantasy VII Advent Children brings him back, but it actually makes sense. It's his children that bring him back. Meaning canonically, Sephiroth has had sex.
Oh, that's the title, Advent Children.
Yep.
Yo, Sephiroth has had sex, my man.
Also didn't mention in the fictional crush, I think he is hot. Anyways, to move on, let's go back to Sir. What is your number 4?
My number 4. Hey, for Rox. Okay, not going to Roxy. You mentioned how Lord Shin was one of your predictions for mine.
Was I right?
Well, truth be told, he almost made it. Like, he was almost on my list.
So I was 90% right.
But if we were to extend it, he would definitely be a number 6 spot. But for number 4, I thought of giving it to another malicious, foul fiend. One from a show that not many people seem to talk about. That being Professor Pericles from Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated.
Dude, he's such an evil motherfucker.
Exactly. He's definitely like most, like you said, the most evil villain in all of Scooby-Doo. You didn't exactly say that, but I thought of that because the fact that he was willing to openly betray his friends, the old Mystery Inc., just for the planispheric disc. And okay, for those who don't know, the planispheric disc is the big old MacGuffin that leads to the lost treasure of Crystal Cove, which actually holds a crystal sarcophagus with an evil entity who's been manipulating people to try and find him. Hence why throughout history we see groups of people always consisting of 4 people, a group of mystery solvers, that consist of 4 people and 1 talking animal. With Pericles and our current Mystery Inc. being one of the said people. Yes. Part of his evil is due to the manipulation, also because he just... I actually don't know... I've seen this show many times and I don't know what his deal is, and that's the good thing, I suppose, since he's so psychotic. And so psychotic and bloodthirsty, like how he mutates a bunch of cows into like piranha bee things to the horrible herd. Or during the second to last episode where he has his Nazi robots gunning down Marcy. Yes, even though we don't see on screen, even though we don't see on screen, this bird straight up murders a child with his army of Nazi robots, and that's not implication. Oh, they're literally like that since he's been around.
Yeah, it's
even during World War II.
It's not subtle.
But I like that. He's so openly evil. Kind of like another villain on the list. Wink, wink. Yeah. And in fact, but I think this character in general embodies a lot of what makes Mr. Ink one of the darkest, if not the darkest entry in the Scooby-Doo franchise. But he's not just like a sadistic character. He's also super smart. Which also brings me to a common theme you'll see on my list: the chess master archetype. The one who plans out every little action, is always 5 steps ahead of our heroes. I don't know, I just find this archetype to be really appealing to me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's definitely one of them. He's like plans ahead, outsmarts even our mystery gang is. Even if he has to resort to dirty tricks like to give up the Planisphere disk, he had his robots come out of the darkness and threaten to kill Daphne, with Fred being
He also
trying to give it up.
literally
Like,
just
you
fucking
win.
kills Marcy.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier.
Sorry, I forgot. I forgot.
Yeah, and speaking of killing, he even told his former best friend Mr. E to like kill all the slaves essentially when they were done digging the entrance to the treasure.
Yes, Caroline. His friend's name is Mr. E.
Mr. E.
Yeah, and even forced him to
Yo,
do it
like on Mr. Enter?
Anyway, even forced him to do it by, because in an earlier episode he injected a device while he was sleeping that lets him spread cobra venom in his spine, and he did that until he like obeyed him. Like, yeah, you even see in his little face that he enjoyed doing it. They do not hold back at all on how evil Pericles is to the core.
I see. Alrighty.
Yeah. Actually, hang on.
Oh.
I like how, even despite this, he, at least from some episodes of season 1, he actually did trick the gang into helping him one time. It was during the Aphrodite episode, where the town was infected by the love goddess, and
I have a horny.
Yeah. And he tricked Scooby-Doo into helping him, even though Pericles was the one who like gave her the love potion to begin with, just to get the things he needs while the whole town was distracted. Another example of him being a good chess master character.
Alrighty.
Yeah, and what can I say?
But you're welcome.
I already used the foul fiend joke earlier. But yeah, Professor Pericles, my number 4.
Nice.
Also, you should watch Mystery Incorporated. It's on Netflix now, and it's amazing still.
Maybe someday. Hi, Dale. What are you doing up here? Just chilling?
Sorry, my cat just jumped up here. Alrighty. Roxy? I think it's your turn now. So,
My number 4?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz.
Whoa, Dr. Doof.
Dr. D's nuts. Oh my god.
So is it D's nuts?
Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah, so never let it be said that my list consists of serious villains, because this guy, like, I mean, like, a lot of the villains on my list are pathetic, but this guy especially. He fails so bad at being the villain that he's actually the main character of the show.
Yeah.
You know?
He's always
Yeah.
the failed villain. He never like there's a
And,
alternate
and if you want to
universe
argue
where
that Phineas and Ferb are the main characters, Dan Povenmire himself said that Candace and Doofenshmirtz are the main characters, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Did not know that. Can't believe Dan Povenmired my... Okay. Go ahead.
He Povenmired all over the place.
I don't even know what joke I was going to go with that one. Okay, so continue. Why do you like Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated? Trademarked.
Well, he's a guy trying so hard to be a supervillain, but he's not good at it, and he's also not evil enough to actually be a supervillain. You know what I mean?
Didn't he try?
Yeah.
Didn't he try joining a villain club, and he was kicked out because of
He
just
founded the villain club, and he got upstaged by another person in that villain club.
Yeah. I can't remember. There's something about Doof that cracked me up. It was the fact that someone says wasn't it in one of the movies? It was if Doofenshmirtz succeeded, it would just kind of be the end of the world. He can't really succeed, otherwise he would just take over the world because that's how he would have to be extremely competent. But he's not. That's the joke.
It was an alternate timeline where he takes over the world, but also but the funny thing is about that, he's still such a bad supervillain. He literally just his solution to the fact that he didn't know anybody's names was to literally just make everybody else have the exact same name.
Oh, Doof. He tries. You gotta respect.
He tries, but the thing is, he's so fucking stupid, it doesn't matter.
Come on, he tries so hard. There has to be some kind of credit.
He gets so far.
Yeah, but in the
end, it doesn't even matter for him.
Oh, poor Doof.
I haven't actually seen the revival series yet. I really hope it doesn't ruin him.
They just make it to where he's always a good guy. Cause I think part of the appeal is that he's trying.
No, because they made him evil again for the revival series. It's in the trailer. Not a revival series yet. New seasons.
Why are they even doing new seasons of Phineas and Ferb?
Because fucking nothing ever ends unless it's original.
Then it ends too early.
Well, no, because it's been a rough few years for our boy Dan.
Isn't that ironic, actually?
Milo Murphy's Law didn't do as well as we hoped.
Isn't that ironic, though, that Phineas and Ferb is a show about, seizing the day and doing unique and fun things? Meanwhile, it's being brought back for you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's very weird that they keep... Because, we could do, a whole episode just, about revivals or remakes or whatever the fuck. Because, I think the best example is, SpongeBob got, I think they're on their, 19th season?
They're on 15 seasons for SpongeBob now.
Yeah, and it's I went into a flea market and they had season 10. And I kind of looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, they are on season 10. But, you wouldn't think that because the show's been... Yeah, now I was like, what episode was SpongeBob Big Birthday Blowout? Because that was the last episode I fucking seen of the show. Which, by the way, I want to know, sir, what did you think about that episode? I thought it was okay. Better than Truth or Square.
Birthday Blowout?
Yeah.
It's definitely better than Truth or Square.
But that ain't saying much.
Okay, should we get back to...
Sorry.
Should we get back to...
Yeah, back to Doof.
Sorry, go back to Doof.
But also, just another thing that makes him such an endearing, quote-unquote villain is the fact that is the fact that, one, the other villains don't really, like, he's actually best friends with, like, a fucking superhero in that universe, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he fails to defeat him so many times, and he's so bad at his job and so incompetent that the only person who fucking respects him is the person he's always trying to kill. Because that person's like, at least he's trying. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if Doofenshmirtz was taken seriously as a villain, obviously it wouldn't work. He can only exist in a world with villains for him to be a parody of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, he's mostly just like the whole parody of the guy, like the evil, mad, dangerous, scientific, like, I mean, he's
Mastermind.
like, yeah, he's like Frankenstein, you know? And no, not like Frankenstein's monster! I'm so sick of people getting that confused. It's Frankenstein's the fucker who made
Frankenstein's
it!
the actual scientist.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: saying he's the scientist actually works in this context because he made a giant monster. His name is Norm.
New Norm is not evil. New Norm ain't the same as the old. Okay. just immediately break
Guys,
it.
okay, if Doofenshmirtz created the new Norm, then he truly is evil.
Fucking no, not the new Norm. Anyway, sorry, just wanted to bring that up because because I was like always like, oh, Frankenstein monster. That's the Frankenstein, which every like horror or like every movie that like had like an evil scientist that wants to rule the world. I'm like, oh yeah, they're taken from Frankenstein, and then they're like, no, Frankenstein's just a big monster. And I'm like, no, Frankenstein
By
monster.
Frankenstein, you meant the name of the fucking movie.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm mostly meaning the scientist guy. Like, that's who I'm meaning. Because that's who he is! He's the mad evil scientist who wants to rule the world! Like, you know, that kind
Like
of
different mad scientists.
Okay, well, anyway,
Also,
also
the
just,
tri-state area.
it's also funny because Doofenshmirtz actually has good relationships with his daughter and his robot son.
It's so,
And I don't even think that counts as being friends because, once again, they're basically obligated to be around him. So Perry's his only, like, actual friend.
I do love the fact that, like, Perry, when he comes around, he always gets caught, but there's, like, one time where, like, he never got caught. Or, like, caught. I mean, like, he gets taken by Doof and trapped. And he's like, ah, Perry the Platypus! You know, whatever. But, like, that was an awful I almost said Doom impression.
Well, there's even an episode where they're forced to split up. And they're actually sad that they can't see each other anymore.
Yeah.
Like, Doofenshmirtz goes to therapy.
Wasn't that the episode with the panda?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, the panda just kind of is just kind of there, and he's like, just do whatever the hell you want. You know, just do whatever. I don't really care. And the panda's just
Damn, I
like,
can't believe Doofenshmirtz would cheat on his husband Perry with Peter the Panda.
Perry's a fucking platypus!
Perry the Platypus, what are you doing?
What are you doing, step platypus?
Have you ever seen that?
No.
Have you ever seen that video? It's fucking awful.
I love the fucking, a platypus plumber? Perry the platypus! Perry the platypus plumber?
Not like a platypus?
Yeah, that.
Oh, wait, it's a crossover.
Dipper the platypus?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a good.
Dr. Wexler, you're a platypus?
Oh, it's just great. I'm telling you, they shouldn't continue it. They should just not do that. They should do something else. You know?
Actually, that reminds me of the.
Yeah, I have a
movie
better
where-
idea. How about we
It reminds me of
don't?
the Second Dimension movie where he didn't recognize Perry throughout until you put the hats on. And then you
Yeah,
sit
and you know
down
what?
in the
The fact-
Vulture, like,
Parry the plasma.
Across the second dimension,
I can see
honestly
why you didn't
showcases
take
how
over your second dimension.
I mean, your dimension.
yeah, across the second dimension showcases how great of a character Doofenshmirtz is because it shows what he could have been if he was actually a threat.
Yeah. Doofenshmirtz is a good pick. I like it.
Also, Doofenshmirtz is like the victim of like years upon years of childhood abuse. So this am I gonna end up like Doofenshmirtz?
Oh no.
Not really.
I show up in the next episode. I show up in the next episode and I'm like, guys, I have my own country now.
How'd you get it? I ruled over the tri-state area. Okay, sorry.
It's called Roxmania.
Welcome to RoxyReviews, bro. Alrighty.
Why do you go silent?
Okay.
Okay.
Are you all ready for my number 4?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, so you all been going like, oh, it's gonna be Doctor Doom. Oh, it's gonna be Thanos. We're finally at the one Marvel character I picked. Yeah, by the way, I only allowed myself one Marvel character. Because if I did that, then you would have all known who would have been on here. There would have been, like, the vast majority of the list would have been. I tried also making the rule that I can't just only add in the original, like, the movie adaptation, even though I will be kind of basing it off of it. But I also have to add in the comic book adaptation. And for that, Fear of Magneto!
I knew it. That was
My
one of my predictions for you, and I got it.
Yep, Magneto.
Magneto, more like Magne's nuts.
Magneto is a very interesting villain because, unlike most villains, he's really cool. I guess is. I think a lot of people, myself.
But also, he's understandable, even if he's obviously still a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was gonna bring this up real quick.
Yes,
Magneto.
empathetic motivations for an empathetic villain. Did I get that right?
He's a.
Or did I mix the two up?
He's very sympathetic. He has a lot of moments in the movie that made him interesting, while also making him very understandable for half the shit he does, such as for the fact of why he wants to get rid of the humans. Makes sense. Obviously, it's in the wrong, but there is one thing. There's also one very cool key aspect about him, and it's the fact that he does genuinely care about Charles Xavier. Like, he doesn't hate Charles. I think he makes that pretty.
It's less of a if only Xavier would stop getting in my way. It's kind of a I kind of respect him for being such a worthy opponent.
You're really gonna love Last Stand, I tell you what.
Do they retcon it so that he's just like, if only Xavier wasn't here?
You'll just have to wait and find out. Along with that.
Oh no.
Anyways, so throughout most of the X-Men movies, which I am including every adaptation, which includes X-Men Days of Future. Like, basically, I'm talking about Ian McKellen for the most part, but I will also say that him in First Class was really good. I just don't think he is as good as many people say he is. But anyways, and also he gets horribly retconned in Apocalypse. Or was it Dark Phoenix? I can't remember which specifically. Also, I'm not really...
Does anybody fucking care?
What?
Honestly?
Care about Dark Phoenix?
Yeah, nobody fucking cares about Dark Phoenix, right?
There are people who like Dark Phoenix, and I have met one of them. I mean, I get it. It's kind of...
How many people?
That's one person I talked to at a game store. He thought that Dark Phoenix was incredibly overhated. because he said that
Dark Phoenix is the greatest movie of all time.
he didn't say that.
It's so
He just said that it was very overhated. Which, you know what? I gotta give him respect. Because he also ain't very wrong. But it's still a very shit movie. Anyways. So, okay. Let me go back to what I was saying. So, what happens in X-Men... Or, like, what does he do? Well, for the most part, most of the movies kind of show him in a very, like, different lighting than most villains. Because, obviously, with most Marvel villains, it's like... I'm bad guy number 456 and I came to destroy the multiverse or whatever. Oh no, I got
I'm Rowan from Guardians of the Galaxy and I'm gonna blow up your planet for some reason.
It's because his planet was completely taken over by a different race. But whatever. Anyways, then basically throughout most of the movie, of any of the movies, we kind of see him try to get revenge. And then when people question, oh, why would he do that? And it's like, because his family literally got genocided by Nazis. And that's what makes him super likable. Or not that specifically, but I'm saying, like, what made him super likable is the fact that he...
Interesting.
Yeah, what made him so interesting is the fact that he suffered through oppression. And now, guess what? Now the people who oppressed him are the ones that want to oppress his kind again, because he's a mutant. And again, that's what makes him so interesting. Sadly, though, after this movie, they kind of do diddly shit with him. But, or after X-Men 1. X-Men 2, or X2, which we haven't gotten to yet, he's really cool. Because we get to see him in jail and see how he survives prison, which is awesome. And we see how he breaks out of prison.
I think I've heard of that scene, actually.
His power set is basically, if it's metal, he will metal. Like, that is what he'll do.
It's like when Doofenshmirtz wished to be able to control cheese and crackers.
Well, what makes it more interesting is that if it's labeled as metal, he can manipulate it, including your blood.
Even if it's non-magnetic for some reason.
Oh, if it's blood, he can manipulate it. Anyways,
he's a bloodbender?
I know, right? So aside from that, the reason why he's not much higher is because of X-Men Furry the Last Stand. But I don't like Last Stand. He does get better in Days of Future Past because it's first classes. I believe also. Yeah, I think he's also in there. The original. And also, I do like how... Okay, there is one thing I really like, but I'm not going to... about Last Stand, I'm not going to get into it right here, because it spoils a very huge moment in X-Men 3 that I fucking hate. But in this movie, there's a line he shares with Pyro. And once you all get to that, you'll really like it, so... aside from that, Magneto also has a really cool design. I like the helmet because that has a good story purpose for how he's not being reached by Xavier. While also looking pretty neat.
It looks like an M. Like Magneto.
Oh, I know. It's crazy. Lastly, one last big thing about Magneto. I hope that whatever they do with the X-Men, they do Magneto right in the MCU, because they're going to go for a much younger version. So I'm meaning that we're probably going to see them in the 60s. So just do it right, guys, please. I'm fucking begging you. Do not fuck this up. I swear. You guys have already made me a little bit cautious with Fantastic Four. You guys did a good job there. I'm not saying they did a bad job there. But you better do a good job here. Because this is where it's also really going to matter. This is... X-Men, it was Marvel's biggest superhero team, so they better do it right. Okay. That is my number 4. Sir, let's move on to your number 3.
On from the 4s now to the 3s. Going from Marvel to now DC.
Oh, hell yeah. Rhymes. Like Magneto. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yep. And no, it's a cliche choice, but I don't care. Who better for my favorite DC villain than the clown prince of crime himself, the Joker?
The Joker, baby!
Specifically, Mark Hamill's Joker from Batman the Animated Series.
Oh.
Yes.
Alrighty. This got
I mean,
interesting.
First is the obvious appealing part of Joker is that he's fucking psychotic. Because just like Pericles, they do not hold back on... I mean, yes, for this show specifically, they had to hold back a bit because of the Fox executives, but in a way that makes up for it by inventing one of Joker's signature gadgets, the laughing gas. You know, the gas that make... They made it up because they restricted by the Fox network that Joker couldn't shoot and kill people on screen. And of course, Bruce Timm and his team were like, "Oh, so Joker isn't allowed to shoot people in our show? How about instead we make him spread out a gas that makes people laugh till they eventually choke themselves to death? Now, that's better, right?"
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
That's base.
He's got all the perfect gadgets that... So is the bang gun, the chattering teeth, the balloons, all the gadgets you expect from Joker. I don't know why the way the animated series does it, excellent. Not to mention, speaking of excellent, is of course the voice cast of Mark Hamill himself as the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Who's both threatening and funny.
I'm very... Oh, sorry.
Two perfect combinations,
I was just
in my opinion, where... Don't get me wrong, Heath Ledger's is great, even though his leans more into the threatening side than the funny. Or Mark Hamill is the perfect of both worlds.
What did you think of Nicholas or
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson? I don't know why you want to call him Nicholas. I don't know.
He's pretty good. Even though he inadvertently ended up taking the main character spotlight from Batman in his own movie.
I do think it's funny that Batman cannot move in that fucking suit. It's kind of... I gotta look around. I can't move my neck. Anyway, sorry.
And while early on they hold back, I think for the Batman Beyond movie, they really let loose what Joker can do with how he tortures Robin, turns him into a mini version of himself. And some... that's disturbing. So disturbing that they created the censored and uncensored version of the Batman Beyond movie. Which reminds me, do you know about that, Caroline?
The Batman Beyond movie?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a canceled movie?
No, that's the recent one. I'm talking about the one from the 2000s, Return of the Joker.
I have not.
Okay.
Maybe.
But back to the animated series.
Sorry.
Like I said, he's also just really funny. How much he enjoys destruction, being an agent of chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Just great.
Yeah.
And he's really smart, too.
I love Mark Hamill Joker.
He's smart, but his plans can be weird. Like, with him wanting to trademark the laughing fish, a classic episode.
Isn't there an episode in the Batman animated series where like a guy cuts him off on the road, and then like he was like, "Please don't kill me," and then Joker's like, "All right,
Oh yeah,
I won't kill
he
you."
waited a few years to do him a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Which that favor was literally open the door, but also spreads this gas that freezes people in place to have him die alongside Gordon when he sets up the bomb in the cake.
Huh.
Out of the cake. But luckily Batman stops him. that's the thing. Even though he can kill Batman and has tried to in the past, you kind of get the sense that he doesn't want to. With, of course, the most famous quote alluding to that being, "Without Batman, crime has no punchline."
Mm-hmm.
Just hilarious.
Yeah.
As if crime really needs a punchline.
Yeah. It is very funny.
But yeah. He's also one of those love-to-hate type villains. Like, you love him because of how devious and no good he is.
Yeah. Because he is
Plays
very
one to the
chaotic.
funny part.
So
And of course, one last thing, of course, to bring up when talking about the animated series is his dynamic with Harley Quinn, since this is the origin of Harley.
Yeah, because she
It's very... Also brings more out of his darker side with how disturbing and much of an abusive asshole he is. Which equally makes it as disturbing when people in cosplay dress up as Joker and Harley, call each other "my puddin'." I hate that shit. Because they just ignore the context of their relationship, try to make it sweet. Which it isn't. Like, Joker manipulated her into being her hench girl, and she's madly in love with him. Keeps coming back despite how much shit he puts her through.
Yeah.
Like, stop trying to make it a cute thing, people. Stop it!
I was going to say that Mark Hamill did such a great job, they actually brought him back for the Arkham games. Including...
Yeah.
Which, he said that he probably would never do another Arkham game without Kevin, and since Kevin passed away, that will never happen.
This is the end of Mark Hamill's Joker, unfortunately.
Which makes sense, I get it. He also, fun fact, Kevin Conroy played in the Crisis of Infinite Earths.
Nope, we don't talk about that. That's not canon. Nope.
Alrighty.
But yeah, to me, all these elements make him basically the definitive version of the Joker for me.
Makes sense.
And one of the many reasons why I love the animated series so much. That's number 3 for you. The Joker, baby!
Alrighty. Roxy, what is your number 3?
My number 3 is the Wet Bandits from Home Alone. So, another comedic villain.
Well, I knew that they would be on there.
Yep.
So these two... where do I fucking start?
From the beginning.
I'll start where they get their name, probably.
Okay. This is what when I said with Fairy Godmother, where it was like one actually competent guy and then there's stupid henchmen who's just there because they need to be, but otherwise don't contribute anything. That's the Wet Bandits as well, because Harry actually knows what he's doing as a criminal. Like, he's a more like realistic. He knows what he's doing. He's kind of serious, but still in a funny way, sort of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Marv is just the dumbest person on the fucking planet.
Wait, which one's Harry and Marv again?
Harry's Joe Pesci, Marv is Daniel Stern. Which I know is ironic because the one named Harry has less hair, but whatever.
Oh, okay. I always get them confused.
But like, it's also just funny because they're like genuinely fucking terrible people. Like, they're robbing an entire block. They've been doing it for years. And Marv even goes out of his way to fucking mark every house that they do because he's a fucking idiot. And is
that's
like,
the calling
hey,
card,
let's...
you know?
Yeah, it's our calling card. We're the Wet Bandits. Like, gee, I can't see how that'll hurt you. You actual fucking moron. And even Harry's just like, dude, stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's there to do the job and get out because once again he actually knows what he's doing. You know what I mean?
He's only there for a paycheck.
Well, he's even competent enough to successfully impersonate a police officer throughout the entire neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, we have fucking Marv over here, who just gets hit in the fucking face with an iron.
Yep.
Oh my god. No, but seriously, the casting for them is fucking perfect. I don't know how they landed on Joe Pesci being Harry because like Joe Pesci is actually like in like genuine crime drama movies. So
yeah, like
is that part of why?
Yeah, like My Cousin Vinny. You know, the best crime drama out there.
Hey, right. Vinny, say Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia.
See? Okay. Alrighty, so...
No, so, like, maybe that's why they got Joe Pesci to play the actually competent criminal, because of the fact that, he's in some actually serious crime movies, like Goodfellas and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then, fucking... I don't know how they landed on Daniel Stern, but he's fucking perfect for this role. So, I'm not complaining. They probably just needed, like, a really tall guy in comparison.
Yeah, it's like,
you know?
It's like the whole, Mo, Larry... It's like Mo, Curly... Larry, Curly, and Mo? The Three Stooges?
Well, between the two of them, Marv's like the big, strong minion, I guess.
The lug.
And Harry's the mastermind.
Like the lughead guy.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just the fact that they keep trying to break into the house but get outsmarted by Kevin McAllister, it makes it especially great when they actually do break into the house and Kevin just fucking beats the shit out of them with all sorts of devices he's set up beforehand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't know how Harry and Marv are still alive, especially in Home Alone 2, with the fucking bricks, but, like, every trap in Home Alone 2 should have killed them, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when he turns into a skeleton.
Yeah, like, every trap in Home Alone 2 should have killed them, and, like, a couple of the ones in the first movie should have killed him as well, but whatever. Harry and Marv are just actually fucking indestructible, I guess. Were they sent back in time by Skynet to kill Kevin McAllister? Because it definitely feels like it.
Dun 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 dun.
Nah, but so also it makes it like also just part of it that makes it funny as well is as they get tortured by Kevin, because Kevin's goal is to piss him off enough so that they go to the neighbor's house, which is where the police are going to come, because Kevin thinks that he's wanted, so he needed to pretend to be another person when getting him arrested, you know?
Yeah.
So his plan is literally just to piss him off so that they don't even want to rob the house anymore. They just want to fucking murder him.
Yeah.
And it works.
I love the Family Guy.
But what also another... Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I love the Family Guy joke where it's like, what if they were actually competent? And like he's like, oh wow, the door handle was hot. I just let go of it. And then, like, Kevin's like, I got more traps for you guys. And he just pulls out a gun and shoots something. And it's like, alright, let's rob some shit.
But, okay. Also, part of that... Another thing I like is that since they've already robbed the other houses on the street, they're actually able to use that knowledge to corner Kevin at the end.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking snow shovel to the head that finally knocks him out.
Yeah.
And then in Home Alone 2, they get swarmed by birds, and somehow that's not when they turn into skeletons. But,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine Home Alone 2. Just the fucking birds swarm Harry and Marv, and then they fly away, and there's just nothing left.
Yeah.
Just like walking.
Imagine that alternate ending.
Just walking, talking skeletons instead.
They just become sands and papyrus.
Yeah.
Although obviously the like proportionally, but character-wise, that wouldn't make any sense because Papyrus is actually smart too.
Yeah, he's just too kind-hearted. Anyways, anything else to say about the Wet Bandits?
Well, they come back in Home Alone 2. I mean, I'm pretty sure isn't Marv also in Home Alone 4 with his wife or something?
But he's played by a different actor.
But he's played by an actor who looks like Harry.
Huh.
But anyway, so in Home Alone 2, it's they somehow managed to come to the exact same place in New York City as Kevin, which is a hell of a coincidence. And and now they're just robbing toy stores as well, which just they obvious. I'm completely fine with that because
when
Home
they
Alone
capture
2
Kevin,
as a
they
sequel.
should have threatened to shoot him in the face.
Yeah, they actually brought a gun this time. But also, Home Alone 2 as a sequel is basically just the first movie with a different setting and Tim Curry. And so they basically just function as they do in the first movie, which is fine because they were phenomenal there. They're phenomenal in Home Alone 2 as well.
That reminded me. You said Tim Curry sorry, but that reminded me of my previous entry where they actually were going to get Tim Curry to play the Joker before settling on Mark Hamill.
Huh.
That's interesting. Oh yeah, also, Home Alone 2 has two bigger villains, being Donald Trump and Rob Schneider, but they're not fictional, unfortunately. So
Yeah, so they don't count for the sake of the list.
Alright. So, is that all you had to say about the Wet Bandits?
yeah, they also have George from Sharknado. So
Oh yeah, he was the father.
yeah, George from Sharknado is the dad in Home Alone. It's the same actor.
Huh. Odd.
Well, anyway, I don't know.
Is that all you had to say? Because I can go on to my number 3.
Oh yeah. Also, I just find it funny that that Kevin runs to a church, and that's the entire way to get them to stop chasing him, because they're just like, oh, I'm not going to church, which is fucking really funny, and also that's exactly a tactic that would work on me. So, but here's the thing: part of what makes it so fun to have them as the antagonist is because Kevin's actually a really smart opponent. They can obviously overpower him physically, but Kevin is working on home turf, plus he has resources. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a little bit weird because his family believes that he can't pack a suitcase at the beginning of the movie, but whatever, he adapted to the situation, so it's fine. When duty calls, I guess.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, I guess I'll go over my top 10 or my top 3, my number 3. Sorry. Are y'all ready?
Ready.
So.
Sure.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you sound so enthusiastic, Roxy. Okay. So this was a hard one because now we're finally getting out of the games, and we're getting into, or well, we technically also got out of the games with Magneto, but we are now going on to a villain that a lot of people are very divided on, but I never really got the reason why this villain was so divided. And it is Negan from The Walking Dead. Now,
Negan. Oh, I think I know that name. He shows up as a guest fighter in Tekken.
yep, he is a Tekken guest fighter,
Okay,
and also Jeffrey
I
Dean
just
Morgan
want to
played
say
with him.
Negan.
Yes, his name.
Negan? Is that his name?
Yes.
Yeah,
Naming a child that should be considered child
N-E-G-A-N.
abuse.
Well, funny thing about him is, so throughout the entirety of The Walking Dead, and I'm just saying it because no one else has the balls to say it. Most of the villains that we had throughout The Walking Dead never can hold a candle to how awesome it was seeing Negan for the first time. So, okay, Negan first appeared as himself in a the season 6 finale titled "The Last Day on Earth." Now, you hear that title and you probably think, "Oh, well, that's just very exaggerated because how could it be the last day on Earth? It's a zombie apocalypse." But you quickly realize with Negan, to these guys, it is the last day on Earth. So throughout the entirety of season 6, it kind of sets it up like they're rebuilding Alexandria, and the group's kind of finding their own after the wolves invaded, after the towers fell, and broke in multiple walkers. The show kind of like steadily shows that there isn't really a threat to be had, because there's at one point in the beginning of the season, there's these biker guys who pull up and are like, "Hey, we're going to steal your shit, and if you don't give it to us, we'll kill you." And then 3 minutes later, they get blown up with an RPG and fucking die. Which, yes, they found an RPG in the zombie apocalypse. It was in a military base. Or no, it wasn't in a military base. A military guy had it, and he was a zombie, so they were able to kill it and take it. So, basically, building up to Negan was very slow. Because the biker guys were our first look at who Negan was, but none of them were Negan. But then, like, we meet the Hilltop and Jesus, which, yes, there's a guy named Paul Rovier, but yeah, there's a guy named Paul Rovier, but he calls him, but his friends call him Jesus. Which he also appears in The Walking Dead: A New Frontier. Ha 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 ha. Fuck that game. Anyways, he's actually really cool in that game, but fuck that game. Anyways, so what really happens is the Hilltop is getting invaded by these random people who, like, almost killed their leader, and they say, the only way we'll open up trade with you is if you basically kill these guys who tried killing us. So the group's like, "Oh, alright." And you know, it's not the first time our group of ragtag zombie-slaying bastards killed someone. So, you know, they basically destroy this entire compound, which is like a satellite building. Like, they just slaughter every single person inside. And, you know, you don't really think much of it. It's pretty dramatic. And then, out of nowhere, someone takes Carol and Maggie, who are two very important characters of the show, and they're like, "What? Okay, so, like, that's it. That's the only problem they run into." No, friends. That's just the beginning. That's just the appetizer. So what happens? After that happens, shit hits the fan. And basically, after killing that entire compound of people, they start getting, like, Maggie's pregnant, by the way. I didn't mention that. So the Hilltop has a doctor. They try getting to the doctor, but then their cars kept getting blocked off by these random people, And if anybody's played Grand Theft Auto 5, one of the characters is voiced by Stephen Ogg, who plays. He's in Roxy. Have you ever watched Better Call Saul? Or Sir, have you ever watched it?
No, I haven't even finished Breaking Bad.
Oh, you both should. Oh my god.
Never even started Breaking Bad.
You need to. It's fucking legendary. Anyways, so what happens is, after like them trying to escape, Stephen Ogg's character, his name's Simon. He kept saying this. He's like, hold your loved ones tight, because you don't know, it could be their last day on Earth. And that's where many people, well, for me, that's when I was like, what's happening? And then the big reveal, they get cornered in the woods as they try to escape. And then they're waiting out here, and Simon says, you ready to meet the big man himself? And you would think God. No. There is no God. Just Negan. And throughout the entirety of the show, whenever the characters ask, who is Negan? They never get an answer. It's just the character. It's like just the person that they're interrogating saying, I'm Negan. So that should give you a pretty huge indicator how big of a deal this guy is. And the first thing we see him do as an action is when he walks out, he literally says, hope you all got your shitting pants on. Or wait, no, that's something else. He says, you all pissing your pants yet? Because I have a feeling you're just about to. And then he goes over basically what I described, that basically the group killed a lot of people. A lot more people than he's comfortable with. And then he goes one by one. And mind you, this was a live premiere of the show. He went one by one playing Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo with the... Basically, I heard it best described as playing with his food before he before he destroys it. And...
Damn.
Yeah. And mind you, you want to know what his weapon is? It's a bat. It's a bat.
It's a bat with nails on it?
No, it's
or
a
not,
bat.
Not nails, chain.
No, a bat with barbed wire wrapped around it.
Barbed wire, that's what it was.
Now, many people were very concerned on who it was. While he's walking around, he's pointing it at them. They're scared out of their fucking mind. And then he lands on someone. You don't see who that person is until the next season. And huge spoilers if you haven't got to it yet. It was Abraham. And Abraham gets his shit rocked. He is he is beaten to death, where his head is nothing but a pile of mush on the ground. And then you think that's it. And he's done. And then he starts saying, oh, I'm sorry. Did that person mean a lot to you? Like, kind of mocking it to Rosita, who is his, or used to be one of his, Abraham's girlfriend. And then the big thing happens. Daryl gets up and tries beating the fuck out of Negan. Mind you, there's a group of bikers all around him. And then he's like, okay. The first one was free. And then Glenn used up that free one to freak out at Negan before he was going to kill a pregnant Maggie, which he was obviously not going to be okay with. That's his wife. But the second time is not free. And that they would punish who it was who did it. And Daryl did it. And what do you think happens? He beats the holy hell out of... No, he beats the holy hell out of Glenn. A character who's been around since season 1. Mind you. Beats him to death. And while he's beating him to death, Glenn is barely alive. And he gets up and he tells Maggie, I'll find you. Before Negan just keeps beating his head in with that bat. And all he says to the characters is, "We're just getting started." As he's brutally murdering a character everybody beloved for so long. And after that, he grabs Rick, brings him in an RV, they drive to a horde of zombies, and he comes back to the group, because the group is still there, and he threatens Rick and tells him to cut off Carl's hand, which Carl's his son, by the way, and says, "I want you to cut off his hand. Don't worry, we got good doctors. He'll be okay. But I want you to cut off his hand."
This guy is so demented sounding.
Yeah. Oh, it gets worse. As he's about to chop off his hand, he makes a mark on his hand, and he looks at Rick and he says, "You will do as I say. No exceptions. And you gotta promise me you'll do that." And he's basically like, "Oh yeah, I will." And Andrew Lincoln does a great job performing as a character, but you could just tell, like, Rick in that moment is absolutely horrified at what just happened, because it just keeps getting worse and worse by the day. And by the way, hell doesn't end for them, because what makes it even worse is the fact that later on, Negan steals half their stuff, or takes half their stuff, claiming that it's now his. And he even got to the point where they stole the mattresses that they slept on in their houses. Now, what do you think they did to the mattresses? They didn't take them back to their home.
Did they burn them?
They burnt them. Just so they can suffer. And that's not even to mention what he does to the women. He has a harem in his location. I am giving you
Is it a non-consenting harem?
No, he doesn't rape them. He doesn't rape them, and they're allowed to leave. They just wouldn't be allowed in the community. So, basically, almost like rape, to an extent. It's depending on how, whatever.
Yeah, definitely going to put up a warning for bringing that up.
Sorry, just wanted to bring that up. That is something he does. But what makes it even worse is the fact that, like, he does that. But I don't even know if he really, like, does it, because I'm trying to remember, like, there's a moment in the show where they kidnap one of the main characters. And when that happens, a guy named Dave goes into the prisoner cell, and he, like, the girl in there who was kidnapped, which she broke in to the Savior compound, tries to sexually assault her. And Negan walks in, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Negan, he's like, "Don't even try to lie. I know what you're doing." And then he's like, "I'm sorry, I'll never do it again." And he's like, "I know you won't." And he stabs him right in the throat. And he's like, "And you know what else? I do not accept your apology." To, I guess, show at the very least, he might be a lot of things, but a rapist is not one of them. To an extent, I guess. It's very horrible, and it's very dark. Negan is probably one of the darkest written characters in fiction. But that's what makes his redemption arc so much more unique. Oh, I didn't mention that, did I? Negan goes on a redemption arc. So I won't...
Yeah, you did mention.
My bad. I'm just going to hurry up and go through it. During the show, Negan is basically he gets his throat slit, and he is put on prisoner. He survives it because at one point a certain character tells Rick not to kill him because he doesn't want to see any more people die. And so Rick doesn't kill any of the saviors, but instead he takes them and keeps them as prisoners. And then Negan becomes a pseudo good guy. Mind you, he's still, we get to see his backstory about what happened to his wife. His wife literally died. He showed that he was a gamer back in the day, and then his wife got sick, with cancer during the zombie apocalypse. When Negan went out of his way to go find a way to stop the infection from going, it's too late and she dies. And she wrote on the wall, "Do not let me become one of those things." So he burns the house down. And you want to know what his wife's name is?
What?
Lucille, the same name as the bat that he uses to kill people.
Oh.
Making him realize that that is not what his wife would have wanted. So he destroys the baseball bat. And then goes on a great redemption arc. There's a lot of things I don't like about his character. But his redemption arc was probably one of the most brilliantly written thing. Because he does a lot to make up for it. He helps them take down the Whisperers. He helps try to go find Maggie's son. Again, not justifying everything he's done, because he's done a lot of horrible atrocities. Most notably killing so many innocent people and then having a harem. Because I think even like part of it was the women also did agree to it because they got a comfier lifestyle. But I don't know if that, I don't remember. It's not good, obviously. But it's just, I can't remember fully what the entire extent of it was. Anyways, so yeah. Negan's a really cool character. I need to watch the Negan and Maggie show. It's called Walking Dead Dead City. And I really like it. Oh, wait! I think it's I think there's jobs. The Saviors have like a job system in the compound. And that's a job you can take to get points so then you can get stuff. Basically like a little community thing. I think that's what it was. I could be wrong. Again, I don't know. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, Negan is my number 3. Just a really good villain. And I can't wait till we make a Walking Dead episode.
Well said.
Sorry. I had a lot to explain. There's a lot to this character. Oh!
Yeah, I know.
One more.
And it's part of the reason as to why I decided to allow spoilers for this episode.
I have to bring up one other thing. The fucking governor sucked ass. People who think that the governor was a great villain just do not understand what made Negan so good. Because here's the thing. So the governor is basically just a guy who is mad that his zombie daughter got killed. So he wants to go kill everybody else who did it. And then whenever someone went to go tell people about what happened, like, she tried to leave to go let everybody know what happened, he basically just went over and killed her by letting his right-hand man turn into a zombie and eat her. So, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. And then, like, later on he came back, destroyed a wall, then got fucking stabbed in the throat like he deserved. No, he got stabbed in the chest and shot in the head. By his own wife. Rip Bozo, you fucking sucked. I don't care. People like the governor. I can kind of get it. Because he has an eye patch. Big boss. No one hears a word they say. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
I just do not like... Because everybody's like, oh, the governor was a good villain. I didn't like the governor. I thought he was really annoying. But that's
He was like, I did not care for the governor.
Oh, yeah, what makes it even worse is the fact that his name was Brian. Ugh. Brother, ugh.
Brian Griffin, oh my god.
Anyway.
Alright.
Alright,
So,
sorry.
Before we move on, I'm going to need a drink first of water. Can we pause it real quick?
Yep, I'm going to pause and we'll be right back. And we are back. Welcome. Sir, what is your number 2?
I am so glad that you asked.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I remember when you were predicting what my list was going to look like?
Yep.
Well, here's the obvious spot everyone was expecting. It is Emperor Bellows from the Owl House.
Knew it.
I'm surprised it's not number 1.
Oh. Well, there's a reason. I'll get into it later. It's not okay. First of all, just look at his design. Let me pull it up. Yeah. Design.
Deer.
Deer with a beak. Like, he's all menacing with it. Kind of creepy way. Brought together by his voice, which makes him sound like a kind old grandpa at first, but with a dark side that it's just something wrong that you can't quite comprehend yet. Yeah, and of course, made even more terrifying by the immense power he has. With the exception of the finale, of course, he wins almost effortlessly against losing friends in every fight that he's in.
Yep.
Because he has those sigils, like those marks burnt into his skin. It's part of the reason why he's falling apart and needs the talisman.
Yeah, because when you use a rune, the thing it's drawn on is destroyed.
Yeah. And speaking of destroying, how about his plan of genocide of all the witches? Why? Because he grew up in the 1600s with the whole Salem witch trials. It's part of the
Also, his
reason.
brother got a witch girlfriend and he was mad.
Yeah. sound like Big Bro got a hot witch girlfriend and Little Bro was upset. But yeah. Then he believes himself to be the delusional hero that he is.
He's a narcissist. Oh my god.
Yeah. Which often makes some of the more dangerous type of villains because they can't be reasoned with. How far into their mindset they've fallen.
Yep.
Or he writes them off like, I pray for what these monsters have done to you. Something like that.
News, we're human! We're better than this!
Yep.
He's doing what I can to save humanity. Yeah, save humanity, he says. Meanwhile, he's the most inhumane person
possible. Humanity would be better without people like him.
What?
I said humanity would be better without people like him.
Yes.
Sucks that Bellows is a real person and like
he definitely has like the power of a real person. How he uses his fake beliefs about the will of the Titan and stuff like that to basically corrupt people and to turn on smaller groups, i.e. wild witches, who won't conform to his way of life. Because it's more scary even the fact that this happens in real life through politicians, religious groups, or maybe someone as close as your next door neighbor.
Or politicians weaponizing religious groups.
Yeah. And you wouldn't know it until it's already too late.
And just like in real life, they're almost always hypocrites. Every accusation is a confession.
Yeah, just like with Bellows. Because, like I said earlier, aims to save humanity by doing one of the most inhumane things possible.
And also by forsaking his humanity.
Yeah. For supposedly being human, he basically has no humanity or redeemability whatsoever.
Oh god, I just thought it's like the because he has a British accent, you could accidentally it's like the fucking racist memes. Why are those memes anyway? What's up with that?
What memes? What, hating
the
British
meme
people?
Yeah.
Bro, because it's true, we all hate the British. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Maybe we just thought it's like
Let's see.
guessing that we were all
Is it
like,
just because of Grimm's horrible history? Probably.
probably.
Yeah. Of course, an important part to what makes him another part that makes him such a compelling villain is what I brought up earlier with him conforming the Isles to his way of life. How much of a master manipulator. Yep. Because I think he is like the chess master archetype perfected. Like, he has everything planned down, even down to like 400 years with the whole time travel thing, and which explains a big supposed plot hole why he doesn't just raid loot Ida's owl house himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's waiting for the time they go back in time and give him what he needs to succeed.
Yeah, he knows that he needs that to happen before he can actually defeat him properly.
And another reason for why for someone I asked the question on why isn't he just going to lose his mind and burn it like what happened with Willow? Oh no, he wants, because when she goes into his mind, he wants to torture her with the information that she unintentionally helped him, and he revels in it with the whole please call me Philip. And he just plays the clips of her calling him Philip. It's like, oh my god.
And it evidently works because, like, by the time we get to season 3, she's basically suicidal.
Yes. Once cheerful
3.
Luz, now thinking she's... Oh my... Yeah. It literally takes her meeting up with the Titan himself, or they self, to, like, break her out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's... Got it. And while on the subject of psychological manipulation, another thing that makes him compelling is, of course, the topic of the Grim Walkers. How he keeps wanting to bring his brother back, only to, like, have him die, or or he kills them himself.
Sounds like something Goob would do. Honestly. Yeah. Am I wrong?
No.
You're not wrong. But yeah, especially it makes it heartbreaking for Hunter as well to realize his whole existence is just he's a clone of a witch hunter from centuries ago. Bellis is just bringing him back to recreate his brother, though the collector might have alluded to he keeps killing him off just for the fun of it. Just partially true. Yeah, it's such a shame. Out of all the Grimwalkers, you look the most like him. It's like, damn.
Also nice that the Owl House referenced the fact that clones don't actually look like the original.
Yeah.
That's just a science fiction thing. Because in real life, like, the actual, like, environment also affects things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And from it to the time travel thing of how he's a master of the chess master archetype, this plan nearly works. In the end, like,
the only way they can stop him is by summoning an even more powerful, dangerous entity.
Yeah, and
it's like the Thor Ragnarok ending. You think you can defeat me? No.
The funny thing that's literally the one thing Belos didn't account for out of everything that could have happened. Because literally, even just a few episodes ago, our main characters just learned that King is a Titan. And through this episode, we learned that he's the only one who could have freed Collector from his prison. Belos did not know that at all. And it's ultimately the one thing that undoes his plan.
And
But
it's
luckily he
by
had a-
putting the world in a different post-apocalyptic state.
Yeah. But luckily for him, he has a backup. He just has his gooey self possess the heart of the Titan. Tries to go full on kaiju and destroy everything.
Well, first he
himself.
follows them to Luz's dimension and
Yeah.
just goes around hopping between animal to animal, eating them.
Yeah, before doing so with Hunter and killing his... using Hunter's own body to kill his palisman, Flapjack. Which is, on top of all the already messed up things, is even more messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. I like the Belos. Too.
So overall, is that everything? Yeah. Overall, my favorite Disney villain, hands down. Literally have no problems with him whatsoever. He's practically flawless in every way for me. Which makes it even more surprising that, just like how only barely his plan failed, the top spot of my list just barely eluded him. Because, well, I'll explain when we get there.
Alrighty. Roxy?
Okay, so my number 2 is Dr. Neocortex
I figured he was
From
going to be on your
Cra-
list.
from Crash Bandicoot. You thought he was going to be number 1.
No,
Yeah,
I just
same
knew he
here.
was going to be on here.
I thought he was going to be number 1.
But, yeah, so continuing my tradition of comedic villains, Cortex is the second biggest loser on my list, with Doofenshmirtz obviously being number 1. He's such a pathetic antagonist that literally by the third game in the entire series, he's given up. Like, that's how fucking weak he is as an actual villain. You know what I mean?
And yeah.
But what makes Cortex so amazing is he's basically the heart and soul of the Crash series. Like, every time... There's actually a really good video essay on this. Caroline, you should probably put up a card for it after I send it to you.
I'll try to remember.
Is that fair?
I'll try to remember. I'm not gonna
Where it basically explains that throughout the entire run, Cortex is basically the heart and soul of the series. Like, he represents whatever is happening with the Crash franchise at the time of the release of whichever game. And just on top of that, which I think is a really nice meta detail, that basically every team who's worked on the games used Cortex to reflect themselves. I just think he's just really fucking funny. As he's like the perfect loser villain. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just he literally created his own nemesis. And it was completely avoidable too, because it was literally just he was too impatient to wait for the hypnotizing machine, the Cortex Vortex, to be ready. And the best part is his henchman literally tells him to wait, and he doesn't.
No, he's too excited.
It's and also Crash 4 even makes a great note about this because Crash 4 establishes that the reason he was so excited to do that in the first place is because he was gonna get rid of his past self, who came in to try to stop him, and he thought that his past self was an imposter. So even when he goes back in time to stop himself from creating Crash Bandicoot, he is the fucking reason that he created Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Just, oh my god. And something I really like about Cortex as a joke villain is that yeah, he is a threat in the fact that he can he has the technology and skills necessary to kill, but also he's a fucking idiot. He's like Syndrome and Doofenshmirtz.
Mm-hmm.
But part of what makes it work really well for him is fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Let me try to remember. Part of what makes it work for him is just he's so fuck. I forgot again. Okay, let's. Why am I? I mean, I know it's late, but holy shit. Well, anyway, oh yeah. So, part of what makes it funny as well is he has all those resources and technology, and every time his own henchmen pretty much outshine him performance-wise. Crash 4 is the exception, not the norm.
Okay, continue.
And part of why it's the exception is because in that game he goes out of his way to become a threat more than usual. But part of what makes Cortex so intriguing as a villain is every other antagonist in the Crash franchise would like serve a better typical villain role than he does.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody else is more competent. Everybody else is more evil. Cortex is just a sad, depressed loser. Yeah. But the part of what makes him so enticing is just he is so persistent. He always manages to be the main villain anyway.
Yeah, he's always in the games. Like I don't.
Yeah, and
there's like Entrance, which I don't think he's in Entrance, is he?
No, that's the only game in the entire series that he's not in.
I figured, because it's literally not about Cortex, it's about the other main villain of the series, I would say.
He's also just so stubborn that even in Twin Sanity and Crash 4, where he has the opportunity at the end to turn over a new leaf and be a good guy, he still just can't move on. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has to try to beat Crash Bandicoot no matter what.
His hatred for Crash is just so deep-rooted as preventing him from just giving up.
Exactly. He's a guy motivated entirely by spite at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And
like Victor. What?
But just I don't know. There's nothing to complain about, I guess, except some of his boss fights. But honestly, I think the fact that some of his boss fights suck makes me like him even more, because he's such an intriguing character. He doesn't even need to rely on being a fun guy to fight or a satisfying guy to beat up. He's just a fucking loser that you get to beat this shit out of at the end of every game, and it's funny.
Yeah, the only good boss fight he has are you
Crash 3 and Crash 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say only those two games have good boss fights. Like, I mean, even you can just make the argument Crash 3 and 4 have the best boss fights in the entire series, but that's neither here nor there. Alright. Crash 3. Oh, sorry.
Also, just his design. His design just makes him like his design screams it as well. You look at Cortex and you know exactly what he is. He's a failed supervillain. He's like Doofenshmirtz.
Oh, it's this goofball again. Can't wait to fight him, and then it's like, oh, that was
No,
it.
that's the thing. Nobody plays a Crash game and goes, "Ooh, oh boy, I can't wait to fight Cortex." Cortex's fights are usually the low point. That's what makes it so funny that he's as good as he is.
because Crash 1, he doesn't have a good boss fight. Crash 2, he doesn't have a real good... He doesn't even really have a boss fight. You just chase him.
You just chase him down a hallway and knock him out in 30 seconds, and he doesn't even fight back.
Yeah, and then Crash 3 is only good because Aku Aku and fuck, why do I keep forgetting his name?
Uka Uka.
His name is literally just Aku Aku in reverse.
I don't know why I keep forgetting it, okay? Fuck off. It's been a long day.
But also, just another part of what makes that funny to me is just... Fuck, what was I gonna say? You know you can actually play Crash 1 and beat it without ever fighting him?
Really? When?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
By
you could just
collecting
skip
everything.
his boss fight entirely, which is really funny to me.
You can just skip his entire boss fight?
Yeah, if you get all the gems, you can just skip... You can beat the game without ever fighting him.
Even the Crash developers.
I mean,
realize
obviously it's not worth doing it if your goal is to beat the game, but
that's just kind of funny.
you know. Yeah.
All right. You bring up a good reason why he is on your list. I mean, I don't think he's much of anything. I think when he really shines is Crash 4, where he's like actively a playable character. I don't care for his moveset, by the way. It's kind of like, honestly, his moveset...
Okay, you know what I think would be cool for Cortex?
What?
Like, other than, obviously, another Crash game. I think something that would be cool... What if they made Cortex an assist trophy in Super Smash Bros., where it's like his boss fight in the first game, where he's in the background and he shoots lasers at you?
That would feel too much like Dr. Wily.
Oh, okay, but he can shoot the different types of lasers, and you can even fight back by hitting the green ones back at him. Because honestly, here's the thing. A Cortex assist trophy would only feel fitting if you could still beat him. Because he's that much of a fucking loser.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, how would that even work, because... I mean, yeah, Cortex is... I mean, if they add in Crash, then yeah, I could see it, but, like... I don't know, I mean... I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, out of all the boss fight, or, like, out of all the things you can do with Cortex, I think it would be cool if, like, he comes in, and he's riding, like, the death machine from the fourth game. Like the final boss, where he uses all the masks. That would be kind of cool. And it could be different each time. Flip the screen over, or make it to where he could stop some of the players in midair. I don't know. Okay.
Okay, now I just want to theorize about potential Cortex assist trophies, but I'll do that later, and not in this video.
Yeah, we got an episode to finish first.
And a really long episode, too. Holy shit.
Yeah, we have a lot to say.
Well, can you blame us? These are all great villains.
Wow, it's the one time I can actually perform well in a top something episode. You know?
Well, yeah, I mean, most of, like, best sequels... Oh, you already talked about your favorite sequel. And then so on and so forth. Okay. Oh, it's already up back to me? Damn.
Yeah.
Let me make
Caroline,
sure.
what is your number 2?
Okay, so I think the reason why I picked this to be my number 2 is because, like, I like this movie, and a large part of it does have to do with the villain. Not all of it, because I think the movie's great even without this villain being in it. And I don't think it gets as much praise as another certain movie and certain other character. My number 2 is the Riddler from The Batman. The Batman. Where do I start? This character is just such a cool idea. And the idea of, yes, it's like, and I know, like, it's weird. I talked all this high stuff about Negan. Why would I put the Riddler above it? Well, okay, if you've watched any Batman media that came out after, like, during, like, the 1990s, which you had shit like Batman Forever and, Batman and Robin, where they did adapt some of Batman's villains, such as Mr. Freeze and the Riddler, Two-Face. I think here, though, they did an amazing job with adapting the Riddler into the modern age. Instead of making him just like Batman, what do you get whenever you cross the road with a turkey? Instead of some stupid shit like that, instead he's like an actual cold, calculated criminal that leaves cryptic puzzles for Batman to solve. And I think that is what made The Batman such a awesome movie, with the whole crime fighting element being less about how hard can Batman fuck up a bad guy, to how can Batman solve this conundrum.
It's like the writers remembered, oh wait, Batman's the world's greatest detective.
Yep. And a lot of the great stuff that it has to come down to is how well Batman has to go up against against the Riddler, while also having to deal with an eternal conflict of what it's like to be a vigilante and a symbol of hope. Zack Snyder. And why am I calling out Zack Snyder specifically? Because out of all the out of all the possible Batman movies we could have gotten in the 2010s, could you imagine if we would have gotten the Batman trilogy during the 2010s instead of whatever the fuck Batman vs Superman was? Or how shit.
Yeah, we could have actually gotten a true form of character Batman instead of trying to turn him into the Punisher.
And what makes this Batman so good isn't just everything I've laid out here. Because, believe it or not, folks, what makes the Riddler also so good is the fact that he's basically a mirror of Batman. In the sense of, yeah, he's evil. He knows he's evil. But what he's doing is what Batman is doing. He's trying to get justice. But the difference is not really much. And when Batman realizes that there is not much different between him and the Riddler, that's when he realizes he needed to change. That was the push he needed to become the Batman that we all know and love. And that's what...
You and I are not so different.
Yeah, that's exactly how the movie does it. Because they aren't that much different. They all don't like corruption, and they want to do vigilante justice. And how do you do vigilante justice? You break the law to gain it. But not only do you break the law to gain it, you might be putting other people in danger, and you might be going too aggressive about it. For example, in the first opening shots of the Batman literally beats the holy hell out of people in a fucking subway. But at the end of the movie, he's literally a guiding torch. And how did he get that push? With the Riddler. And the Riddler is performed really well by Paul Dano. Or Paul Dano. Hold on. Sorry. I probably fucked up that name. No, Paul Dano. Or Dano. He performs really well. And I love this version of the Riddler. They did just a great job with him. However, yes, there is a however. I wish he had more screen time. I wish we got to see more of him. But I think it kind of does it in his favor that we don't see him too much. Because...
Actually, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
So I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think of the Riddler's costume in this movie?
Oh my god. It's perfect of a... It's the perfect way how to make a serial killer in the Batman universe. He looks horrifying. He looks like something you would go outside, and if you saw that on the street, you'd be like, ah, ha, I'm not going outside today. I'm going back in. Like, that's how it feels, and that's awesome. Most of Batman's villains. Look, let's all be honest here. Most of Batman's villains look fucking goofy. For example, like
Harley Quinn.
no, here, I'll give you a better one. The Penguin. The Penguin looks fucking ridiculous. The Penguin just kind of looks like a small, short guy. Batman, why are you beating up that poor little man? Like, what the fuck? You know?
I mean, to be fair, he looks like a rich bureaucrat. So you know what, Batman, do your worst.
To go along with that, the Penguin also does a really good job in this movie. But we're not talking about the Batman. We gotta save that for Bat Month. So I'm gonna leave you all on this. If you have not watched the Batman, it's right there. Just sit down and watch it. You will not be disappointed. I do not lie when I say that The Dark Knight wishes it could be this movie. And yes, I did say that. I like The Dark Knight.
Okay, but The Dark Knight is Liam Neeson in it, so...
Yeah, but they say Falcone wrong. How the fuck do you...
I'm making a joke. It doesn't
Yeah.
actually change.
Yeah, I'm just saying that they've mispronounced Falcone. They call him Falcone. How the fuck do you do that? Oh, Falcone. Fuck off, I guess. I don't know.
I like Liam Neeson in movies. He's good.
Isn't he in the new Naked Gun movie?
Yeah.
I thought so. Okay. That's my number 2. So, sir, what's your number 1? Who is your favorite villain of all time?
Okay. Here we are, folks. Final curtain call for each of us. Our absolute favorite villains of all time. Starting with me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, you're your favorite villain of all time?
No. It's the one... It's... Not gonna lie, it's definitely gonna be the most obscure villain on this entire list. And... that's okay. Especially since I included the criteria of including fanfiction villains, which... it's good, because I generally don't feel like I would have been honest with myself had I not included them. So yeah, even if literally no one but me knows who this is, I'll be more than happy to explain to you all why my number 1 villain of all time is... drumroll please. Is XJ Negative from Nicktoons Return of the Toybot.
Wait,
Yep.
when you say from Nicktoons Return of the Toybot, do you mean he's from that game, or do you mean he's...
It's a fanfiction. Like,
okay.
Return of the Toybots is a fanfiction. And yes,
Return
I
of
can
the
hear-
Toybots. Sorry.
I can hear someone moaning in comments like, you seriously put a fanfiction villain on your list, let alone number 1? Yes. And the best part about this choice is that I have no regrets whatsoever. First, the design, which I've seen some people say is very basic and bland looking for a robot, but kind of fits with the whole Negative. He was built as a prototype to the whole XJ series, the predecessor to Jenny and all of them. It also leans to his story of how, again, he was built as a prototype to draw away Armageddroid, only for him to get trapped. Years later, he emerges, only to discover that he's been quote-unquote replaced by Jenny, wants revenge. And boy does he get it when he discovers the Nicktoons multiverse. which adds to his resume of, at least for the first act, most of it, he won. Like, he improves the army of Toybots and almost single-handedly conquers all of the Nicktoons worlds and captures almost everyone. The only ones who don't get captured are El Tigre, Jenny, Danny Phantom, and Zim, who are the main characters of the story. And yeah, he's might come. I know, especially with his power set of him seeming unbeatable with Jenny, who is programmed to not kill humans. He basically put no restrictions on himself, hence why his arsenal of weapons is a lot deadlier. But even then, he doesn't come off as like a self-insert, unbeatable badass type character you expect in a fanfiction. No! Because there are multiple times, even with the heroes being heavily nerfed, that they come so close to beating him. It's so satisfying when they never do. Yeah. Not to mention cosine. Yeah. I keep saying, oh yeah. I don't know how else to transition, but even just like every other villain on this list, he's still prone to doing all the messed up things. Like I said, he conquers practically every Nicktoons world in the beginning. He keeps them all prisoner and drains their, I think it was life essence or toon essence, to act as more power for his machines. They do get it back, but still. Oh, yeah, and not to mention he's willing to torture people to get information such as... Okay, let me briefly go over another character in this, which is Merlita, the cute little skeleton girl, brother of another one of the main characters, Charo. Yeah, he kidnaps her, tries to get what her brother's weakness is, since he's a different type of ghost. How does he get the information, you may ask? Oh yeah, he actively tortures her and puts her in a comatose. And you don't see said torturing on screen, but geez. I don't think child endangerment is the thing you can come back from. Which is why, even though you understand his motivations, he's still... They don't ever try to make the, oh, don't you feel bad for him? No. Because I think... Again, you could probably look at him just doing this for the sake of being evil. But I think him thinking he's been replaced ties into how he wants to feel important. Doesn't want to feel like he's worth nothing. Even though this is definitely the wrong way to do all that, you could still understand him to an extent. Like, all of what I'm saying is making sense, right?
Yeah.
Even though the original comic is in Spanish, and again, I'm probably the only one here who knows about it.
Yeah.
Because ever since, well, it's important to me, okay, since I read it when it was as the pages were coming out, as the artist Mayozilla was making them, and even at an early age, I was so impressed with it, wanting to create my own fan projects, and especially with XJ Negative, it's practically, let's see, he's cool, he has a badass design, has a list of atrocities, still understanding his motivation, still come across as scary and powerful despite being beatable. Practically everything I the reason I like everything I want in villains and more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, even though he, like, I hate keeping bringing that up, but even though he's the most obscure one here, he's my number one, my all-time favorite villain.
I definitely.
Oh yeah, it is your list, not our list or a popularity list.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, to be fair, the one I'm about to talk about is probably the most popular one here. So.
Yeah. Going ahead.
All right. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah.
What
Go
was
right
that?
Yeah, no, this shouldn't surprise you at all. It's Emperor Palpatine.
Yep. I knew that was going to be on this list as well.
Dude, every moment this guy's on screen is fucking perfect. He's so over the top evil.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. You know,
Yeah.
like even when he's pretending to be good, he still just comes off as like evil pretending to be good. It's really entertaining to watch. And also, like, in the prequel trilogy, it's a really interesting story because you realize he basically grooms Anakin over the course of it.
Yeah. Groomed him.
Am I wrong?
Groomed him to become a
I mean,
villain.
no, it's just the wording that.
Switched him to the dark side.
I mean, yeah, he manipulates him
No.
because of all the horrible shit that the Jedi also do. He manages to make the Sith seem like a viable alternative.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't lick me, Dale, you weirdo.
It also just he's one of the most accomplished villains when you really think about it. Like a lot of villains have like a goal and then they get stopped from doing it. This guy took over the galaxy for several decades. Like an entire fucking galaxy.
Yeah. Can't argue
Like
with that.
you don't want to mess with him.
Well, I mean, yeah, isn't like the whole thing like you don't want to fuck with the Emperor or the
Yeah.
Empire because if you do, you might as well just be kissing your entire bloodline goodbye. Because if you,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'd sure hope not anybody would fuck with the Empire because that's just a stupid
The
idea.
Empire literally his empire literally builds planet destroying super weapons. He has a weird obsession with them. I don't know why. Because it sounds like a really inefficient method, but for such an over-the-top villain, it's perfect. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if you wanted to rule an entire galaxy, I feel like nobody would say no to the motherfucker with a gigantic death laser attached to his car. Be like, oh yeah, it's like, no, I don't want to work for you, and it's like, how about now? And you're like, you know what, you drive a hard bargain, but you know what, yeah, sure, I'll join. You know?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's you don't. It's so overkill. It's really it's perfect for him as a character.
Yeah,
But it.
Oh, sorry.
Like all you really need to do is just go, hey, dude, I have an entire fucking military. We could just shoot you.
You just blow up your house, and then they're like, no, I would have.
Okay, what if I blow up your whole fucking planet?
Yeah. You still say no.
Bye bye, Alderaan.
Yeah, it's just, oh, God. 'Cause you don't even really think about how, like, cause like when people are like, oh, the deadliest weapons, and it's like, oh, a thing that could just wipe out an entire colony of people in a matter of 2 seconds. Huh.
Okay,
Yeah,
seriously though, because of Palpatine, like when you really think about it, it's another one of those like it's real. When you think about it, it's like really messed up. The Star Wars universe has to be one of the worst fictional universes to live in because of this guy.
I feel like it'd be the scariest place to live in because of that guy. Because, like, at any moment, if someone pissed him off good enough, well, you might as well just say, bye-bye, family, we're gonna die. So, yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Talk about ruling with an iron fist. This guy's ruling with an iron nuke.
Yeah. Rolling with, like, a fucking, a fist that could just destroy a planet, you know? Rolling with a galactic-sized fist. Like, he ain't nobody to fuck with. Like,
and what's also cool is the fact that he didn't even start out in this level of power. He was just an ordinary senator at the beginning. I mean, he was a fucking evil senator trying to overthrow the government, but he manages to orchestrate an entire war to get the galaxy to fight each other as he rises to power, and can use the war as an excuse to declare martial law and rule as the emperor.
bro, that sounds so familiar.
Oh, gee, I wonder who that could be.
Adolf Hitler? That's what I was bringing up.
I mean, like,
No, I'm not gonna make the joke.
if you're gonna make a Trump joke, Trump was clearly inspired. So,
Star Wars was inspired. Wasn't it Star Wars like
Donald Trump was inspired by Emperor Palpatine? No. Okay, here's the thing, Caroline. That's kind of inaccurate because I mean, if Donald Trump is based off of any Star Wars character, it's Jabba the Hutt.
All right. You have anything else you want to say about Emperor Palpatine?
I like that. So, you like how in Vader's design, he's like, because Vader's still, there's good in him.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't like being an evildoer.
Yeah.
But he thinks he has to. Like, part of his design is that suit that dehumanizes him, but also sort of hides what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And then Palpatine just shows up, and he's just like, "Yo, what's up, guys? It's me, Palpatine. I'm gonna talk and do funny and silly stuff, and I am very exposed in my outfit." He's like he's the exact opposite of Vader.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
He's just out and about everything. He's like, I just blew up a planet. No one's going to stop me. You know,
he's just like, hey, you know that space station that took us like 20 years to build, and then you blew it up after it was used once. Well, I was building a second one, so fuck you.
Fuck you. Yes. Now just private use.
The Robot Chicken sketch. He was like, "What? Oh, just rebuild it? Oh, that's real fucking original."
No, but so like, and then okay, even in The Rise of Skywalker, which is an awful fucking movie, and even Ian McDiarmid, who plays Palpatine brilliantly all the time, can't save that movie. Even then, it at least feels like a really funny fan parody.
I love the idea
because like they took Palpatine's obsession with planet destroying super weapons. They're like, okay, so then Palpatine has 1 million Star Destroyers, and they're all Death Stars.
They're guys, you know Death Stars? These are Death Solar Systems. They're just gonna fucking wipe everything out. Like, why?
It genuinely feels like what Spaceballs would do if it was a series. I mean, I know they're making a sequel, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are doing a sequel, aren't they? I forgot they're doing a sequel. Why are they doing a sequel?
Is it Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money?
Is that what it's...
Merchandising! This is where the real money of the movie comes from.
Alrighty. Shall we...
Also, I just want to say, I think it's really interesting that Ian McDiarmid was young when he played Palpatine in Return of the Jedi, and they just put a bunch of makeup on him to make him look old, and then when he was actually older, he got to play a younger version of that character in the prequel trilogy.
Finally, I can play the younger character, except now I'm like 70. Hell yeah, finally.
Yeah, except now you're older.
Enjoy! Oh. Hollywood. Anyways.
And also, I like that he's just a fucking liar to Vader once again because he groomed and manipulated Vader.
Yeah.
And honestly, the whole idea of his plan, with the whole part of the starting a war by having the Trade Federation invade Naboo, so then he could show up to the Senate and be like, "Oh no, the Senate's not doing anything about this. I'm gonna run for Chancellor, and people will vote for me because it's my homeworld that's getting invaded."
Yeah.
That's really smart.
Yeah, start a war in your own hometown, and then say, "Hey guys, look at all these bad things happening, all because of this one specific ruler. Don't you guys want better? Don't you guys want change?" Like, it's a smart idea, manipulation tactic.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Are you all ready for my number one?
Yep, you're number one.
I think
The last
there's
entry
also-
on the list.
I was gonna say, I think there's one more thing I wanted to say, but I can't think of it right now. Oh yeah, also, it's implied that he's the person who put the nightmares of Padme dying in Anakin's mind. It just goes to show how much of a fucked up guy Palpatine is, you know?
What a nice guy.
You know how much of a master, the chess master archetype he is?
Oh, no, he's not even really the chess master archetype, because here's the thing about Palpatine. Yeah, he's really good at manipulating things, but he can't predict everything that's going to happen. He has to adapt on the fly as well. Like, to when Obi-Wan shows up to Kamino and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched... It's been a while since I watched the Star Wars movies.
He's just Palpatine is very good at taking opportunities. When he sees an opening to help something work for his advantage, he will. Oh yeah, and another thing I like about him, he like all of his henchmen he sees as deplorable, no matter who. Vader, Grievous, Count Dooku, Darth Maul. As soon as they've outlived their usefulness, he has no issue with them either getting killed or thrown out. And just hiring a new guy to be his right-hand man.
Yeah.
I think he's so evil, it's great. He's so deliciously evil. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And just every line from him shows it too. Like, "Are you going to kill me? I would certainly like to." "Oh, I know you would." Like, I'm sorry, is Palpatine horny there? Like,
is this a turn on for you?
That would
dude?
explain why he has a granddaughter.
Yes, threaten me, make me feel hated. It's like,
well, remember
what the
also
fuck?
Palpatine. Okay, think about it. So Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker says, "Rey, if you kill me, then my spirit will pass into you, so it won't actually do anything." And then that just doesn't happen for some reason. But anyway, so that line implies that Palpatine, trans femme icon, I guess.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Alright, Emperor Palpatine. Great choices. So it says I like a lot of great choices that I kind of agree with. Alright. Now it's time for my number one. Well, ladies and germs, we have been talking a lot about villains. And that's really it. We've been really talking about villains. My number one isn't the traditional villain in this normal sense. So,
Is it a villain protagonist?
from what?
Is it a villain protagonist?
No. It's a villain that I honestly cannot imagine this series without anymore. Because this character goes on to affect the rest of the game series that they are from. I am, of course, talking about the one, the only boss from Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. We don't know her actual name. She is just referred to as the boss. Redacted from history, gave birth during World War II on the battlefield. She went through hell, but yet she is not even really remembered. To give a little bit of a background, during the events of Metal Gear Solid 3, this is like right at the beginning of the game, so I don't really feel bad spoiling it here. The boss betrays you and goes to work with the other side, with the other team, aka her old World War II buddies, the Cobra unit. And here's the interesting thing. Because of this game, the main protagonist of Metal Gear Solid 3 becomes a villain. Yeah. That's a shock. Metal Gear Solid.
Oh my god.
What?
The protagonist is working for the villain all along. Was Metal Gear Solid inspired by Crash Bandicoot 2
No.
Cortex Strikes Back?
No, because what makes it so much different than most of the villains we talked about is it's not immediate. I don't really want to go into full spoiler territories because I want you guys to play the series, but I will go into this. So, the boss, that's what they are called throughout the entirety of Metal Gear Solid 3. What do you think you're called after beating the boss in Metal Gear Solid 3?
You're fired.
The new boss?
Nope, Big Boss. Because you were one step bigger than the boss. Meaning you were better, more strategic, and more powerful than the boss could ever wish to be. Which really puts a hit onto Snake for a really huge spoiler that I do not want to spoil for you two. Because we are going to talk about Metal Gear Solid 3 at some point, hopefully in the very far future.
Wait, oh!
What?
Okay, I remember now. This boss was a spirit in Smash Ultimate.
Yep.
One of the harder early spirits.
Yep, it's a legendary spirit for a reason. The boss fight that you have with the boss literally is you have to defeat them or you will be nuked. Because at the same time, the United States deployed a military over there to strike Russia because they were about to go into a conflict. But if you beat the boss, then the conflict does not happen. Along with that, Metal Gear Solid 3 just has a lot of great bosses in general. Most notably, in my opinion, the Fear is one of the better ones, and so is the Sorrow. But they don't...
And so is the End?
Yes, the End is way more interesting on how many ways you can kill the End, by either just waiting out 2 weeks, or changing the clock in your system, and just letting him die of old age, which is hilarious. Killing him by the boat ramp is fucking hilarious. Or just killing him like a good old-fashioned kill. Which, by the way, if you kill him in the way of fast-forwarding the time, Snake will get actually really upset. Because he said that was his last fight, and I basically just kind of let him die out in the woods. I didn't give him a fair fight. Which is kind of sad to think about, because throughout most of the game, it's like, you know, you wouldn't really think about that in the boss fight. Anyways, so why is the End so high on... Why is the boss my favorite villain of all time? Because after all of Metal Gear Solid 3, she goes on to affect Peace Walker, Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and basically just the rest of the series in general. Because not only did that mission change Naked Snake as a whole, which, by the way, yes, that's their code name. Laugh it up, everybody. But you really see that the boss's death led to something deep inside of him. A resentment, a hatred, a vitriolic anger side. I'm gonna give
Vitriolic angry?
Yeah, he was I know it sounds stupid, but just hear me out. At the end of the game, you are rewarded medals of honor. Snake never, the big boss never wears the Medal of Honors. And I don't know if you ever see what happens. I can't remember. But my guess is that he threw them in the garbage and never wants to wear them. There's a huge reason for that. And it's because of this game and the boss herself. And there's, again, one gigantic twist that she leaves for you at the end of the game. She has a son. We don't know who that son is. Still don't. And most importantly, her death made me just go, it's unfair. Not because it was easy. No, the boss is actually really tough. I actually kind of struggled. But it was more of, that's unfair. It's uncalled for. Why did it have to end like this? But then it all made sense why it ended like that. Because life's unfair. It's never fair. It's never going to be fair. Not unless you make it fair. And I feel like that's what Metal Gear Solid Peacemaker tries doing, is trying to make it to where Snake is trying to make his life fair. And then, a lot of things happen in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker I'm not a big fan of. Most notably introducing Huey and also introducing the linear structure of missions. Because Metal Gear Solid 3 is an open world game, and I can go into Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain being a little bit worse. Because it was unfinished, and Konami's a piece of shit company. Go fuck yourself. Except don't really, because I want the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake to be good. But yeah, the boss is amazing. And her story is really good. I think what makes it even better is that you have two villains. I didn't want to group them together, but the Cobra unit is really good. That's what they're called. In the game, by the way. They're called the Cobra unit. And the reason why they're so good is the fact that throughout most of the game, like, they're kind of like, they're buddies. They're like, hey, boss, hey, how's it going? Yo, we're gonna go and nuke a place. And then when you see Volgin, the first thing Volgin does in the game after he leaves with the boss, he literally grabs a fucking nuclear missile projector and fucking blows up one of his own home country's military base. And you're like, why the fuck would he do that? So then he could get fucking the Russian leader, I can't remember his name, but it's like, it starts with a K. You want to know what they did?
So he could get his sympathy vote at the Galactic Senate! Oh my god!
No, he literally blows it up just so then the United States could get involved in fighting Russia. Because Russia believes that the United States was the one who shot the missile. And then they're like, no, we didn't shoot the missile. And it's like the shrapnel literally said was from the United States. Literally the fucking, the SpongeBob movie where it's like, I stole your crown, signed you. Yeah. Krabs.
I stole your crown, signed Eugene Krabs.
No, it's like in Cars. It's like in Cars 2.
What?
It's like in Cars 2. It's like in Cars 2, except they did it to make it look like somebody else did it. It's like in Cars 2 when the bomb says, "Have a nice day, Mr. Axelrod."
What makes it even better is the fact that after the nuke goes off, you listen to a phone call between LBJ and the president of Russia. And they're like, you have 24 hours to kill the boss. and if she's not dead, we are going to start a war. And then that leads, and also they say that you have very restrictive airspace, so if you collide with any of the Russians in the area, they'll just try to kill you, because they're restricted from going into Russia. So they're like, how are we going to kill the boss? And it's like, that's your fucking problem to figure out. And I think that's just such a great way to show, like, you do have to kill the boss. It's not optional. Like, the boss could kill you, but that's just a game over. Eventually you're going to have to do it. Again, such a great boss in the game. And I'm still laughing at the fucking I Stole Your Crown sign, Eugene Krabs. It's like, that's LBJ getting the fucking shrapnel piece sent to him saying, I bombed your nuclear facility, sign LBJ. I bombed your missile facility. Sign LBJ.
No, okay, here's the thing. If somebody if I were like a military leader and somebody bombed my place and I saw like a literal label that said this bomb was made in this place, I would just say, okay, so they were framed.
Well, what made it even worse was the fact that...
Because why would you fucking write that?
Well, the reason why is because the boss... they found the boss's DNA on the missiles. And so they reasonably deduced that the boss is either in Russia or is the reason for why it happened. So they questioned the United States on that. Even though she's completely erased from history, they also saw that she was not on their databases. So it led to a lot of conflicts. But yeah, the boss is my number one. And honestly, I don't know if there's any other bosses that could really top her. Like, I'm really... Like, Negan and Negan, Magneto, everybody else I brought up are very good villains. But man, there's just something about the boss. They just did a really good job presenting her throughout the vast majority of the game. I think what makes it even better is the fact that the game... like, there's moments where you meet... Like, where you see the boss... And she just basically tells you to go home. Like, just go home. Don't even try fighting me. I'm not in the mood. I already have like 300 other things happening. I don't need a fucking 301. But then, like, when you fight her, she doesn't hold no bards either. She's like, this is where you decide. Do you love your country, or do you love like, not love, but like, who would you rather die for, me or your country? And then, well, then you fight her, and then. Oh, also, there's another fight with another specific character at the end. It's not important. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3 episode coming soon, baby! It's peak! It's gonna be peak! Hopefully.
You know what else might be coming soon?
What?
Well, this is the end, right? So...
yeah, actually, hold on.
I was gonna mention...
You know what else? You know what else might be coming soon?
This might... Since this actually went a lot better than... Actually, I had a lot of fun with this.
Oh, yeah.
Also makes me excited for another potential episode we mentioned we might do. That being the top 5 worst villains list.
Oh, please. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to let you have it. Roxy, are you okay if I delay? Wait, hold on. Did you pick... Well, you're picking the season finale, so... Hold on. Where the fuck is the list? I'm gonna just put that as like our next special. Our next special... Oh, ranking Disney Renaissance movies. Who picked that one?
That was me.
Do you want to make that top 5 worst villains?
Actually, we could push... If we push Renaissance back to, like, season 3, then yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. Oh, wait, no, that is already in season 3. Oh, episode 40 is Roxy's pick. So episode 45 will be your pick, sir.
Yeah, for that we can do top 5 worst villain characters.
Top 5 worst villains. That will be interesting. You know what I realized? Like, I don't get to pick any of our specials. like after episode 30, I got to pick no new specials. So that's epic. Okay, don't worry, I'll be back in season 3, and we'll do top 10. We'll do top 5 favorite game redux, baby. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is the last episode or traditional episode we'll be doing for season 2. Well, we'll be back for
season
back
2A, basically.
Season 2A, yeah. Because starting in December, which hopefully I'm hoping I aligned this correctly, we will be doing our Bat-Month Marathon, where we will review every Batman movie, which will be Batman 66, Batman 89, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, The Batman, ranking all Batman movies, ranking the Batmans themselves. All in one big beautiful video that will be coming soon to a YouTube channel near you, all over here on the Vulture Culture Podcast. Sorry.
There's no way that's all gonna be one video.
Oh no! It's gonna be multiple videos throughout the month of December. Sorry. Should we bring up what episode 36 will be? Episode 36 and 37.
Sure.
Episode 36 will be Indiana Jones: Raiders of the Lost Ark, picked by RoxyReviews. And then episode 37, we'll finally get to it. More X-Men. X2, X-Men United. I'm very excited for that one, if you couldn't tell. And then episode 38 has not been picked yet, and that is Sir's pick. And then episode...
Ooh, should I do a pick right now, then?
It's up to you. Do you want to?
Ooh, I got a good idea.
Alright.
Batman Arkham Asylum.
Oh! A little bit of a drizzling out from that month. I like that. I might replay it just so then I can talk about it. Batman Arkham Asylum. Episode 39 will be Plants vs. Zombies 2, featuring returning guest of the show, Guy Who Exists. And episode 40 has not been picked yet, but Roxy, you do not have to pick episode 40 if you do not want to yet. Unless you want to pass it on to someone else. That's up to you. But
Never.
you're never going to let me, you're not going to let me pick top. Mine was just, I wonder what I would pick. Probably top 5 worst movies.
Don't beg either. Please don't, because that would be annoying.
Please don't what?
I said don't beg either, because that'd be annoying.
Oh no, I'm not gonna beg you. No, I was just saying what the one I probably would have picked was worst movies. Cause I'm so original. You can steal that if you want. I don't care. It's up to you if you want to pick right now or do you want to wait. That's 100% up to you.
I think I would wait.
Okay. Well, that's...
Goodbye Volcano High special!
Oh no. I'm not ready for Goodbye Volcano High. I've been doing...
You already played it.
I know. I just don't want to remember all of the horrible tragedies. And the horrible tragedy of not seeing an asteroid collide to high school dinosaurs.
I'm interested in what the title card's
fact
gonna
that
look
they
like for
died.
this episode.
But yeah, that is it for this episode of the Vulture Culture Podcast.
I guess not title cards, rather number of cards are gonna look like for this episode.
Oh yeah. I know what I'm gonna do. But for now, thank you all for watching. If you guys like this type of stuff, please consider following us over here on the podcast. We also have links in the description, so then you can go watch any episode that you would like. Anything that would tickle your fancy. We have multiple episodes, along with multiple guests. Thank you for watching and or listening. If you want to go follow any of our hosts or me, you guys can go down below and click the links. There are multiple of them. I mean, hey, if you have a Blue Sky account, why not follow me over on there? Because I will post regular updates on certain episodes of the podcast. Thank you for watching. listening, whatever you do during the episodes, and we'll see all you for Batmonth. No, Batmonth. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Woo!
Goodbye, Volcano High.